people in the world. So y'all clap it up and give her a big old welcome. And Tiffany, you got it. Take it away.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good to
morning.
see you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see your beautiful faces. Some of you
Good
who just got done
morning.
working out with Ro. Okay.
Yes.
I
Raise your hand. I'm
did.
so proud of y'all. Look at y'all. You know how many people be wanting to work out with Ro? Do you understand?
Yes.
They be hunting her down in the gym. She said, leave me alone. Okay. I don't work out with y'all. So I'm so glad y'all were able to do that and hang out with the great Rochelle T. Parks. Thank you, Tuka, for the warm introduction. That is my girl. Okay. Calling my little tuk. Okay. So thank you so much. And I am going to just spend a little time with you this morning because what's going to happen as you journey through this week with Coach Ro, anytime you're close to
Muted.
okay, y'all can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to spend some quality time with you guys this week because today, because this week, anytime you're close to the fire, which is how you're going to feel when you're close to Coach Ro this week, this is when you're going to feel the most energized, the most inspired. You're going to feel like you have the ability to have the discipline and the consistency to actually get this done because you're spending every single day with Coach Ro. So somebody say, I can see that. Okay. So because we know that, I want to make sure that we have a plan in place so that we can secure our victory. Ideally, you would stay with Coach Ro and not leave Coach Ro for the rest of your life like me. Okay, how many of you lifers with Coach Ro? You just say we go together for life. I'm a Coach Ro lifer, right? So I'm gonna be with Coach Ro until she just kicked me out the camp. Me and took a yeah lifer, huh? We lifers, okay? She can't get rid of us. She tried. We don't go nowhere. So we are lifers with Coach Ro, and I would like that to be the same for you. But even if you stay close to her, there are some things that you're going to have to put in place, a transformation of your mindset that you're going to have to implement for that to be possible. You know, you could be close to Coach Ro and still be sick. If there's not some adjustments that you make with your mindset and you just watching her as if she's some type of superhero, you know, that's the one thing that annoys her when people envision her as somebody that is like a bionic woman, when all she is a collection of her habits and decisions that she's making every day. And so there's some things I'm going to give you today that I'm hoping is going to help you along your journey so that you first stick with Coach Ro forever. And then the second thing is implement these things so that you can secure your victory. There's one thing to get the victory and lose it. It's saddening. It's a tragedy. We've seen it time and time again. You lose the weight, you gain it back. The symptoms go away and then they return. We've seen it time and time again, and we don't want that for you. So let's get to work today. Come on. I'm going to share my screen, if I may, and we are going to get to work so we can secure our victory. Put secure my victory in the chat because we don't want to get something and lose it. We don't want to have a fleeting moment with victory. We want to secure it. We want to have it forever. We want it to change our destiny. We want it to be a part of our DNA and our habits. You know, when you secure your victory, it goes on to your children, into your children's children, into your children's children's children. When you secure your victory, you shift your whole generation. And so that's what we want to do. We want to secure our victory. And so as we journey, okay, for me to show you this, I want to just show you, I just want to show y'all a little glimpse of my life before Rochelle, before I became a lifer. Okay, this was my family. This is a picture of my family. Literally, I didn't know Rochelle T. Parks existed when we took this picture. Ain't we cute? Okay, good. Come on now. No, this was on Thanksgiving. Do we not have the blues and grays coordinated? Okay, don't try to hold back your compliments now. We was cute. Okay, look how cute we are. Listen, and I want you to look. This is my daughter Kennedy. Okay, that's Ken. This is my handsome husband Kenneth, and then this is my son Isaiah. Okay, that's me right there in the blue dress. And this was my family. Let me put the chat over here too, because I got to talk to the people. I got to see what y'all saying about like. Okay, thank you. Cute, y'all beautiful. Thank you, Don. All right, beautiful family. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you. Okay, I knew y'all wasn't gonna be trying to be stingy with my compliments. Okay, so we cute, but if we had to take a magnifying glass We had to take a magnifying glass on all the cuteness. On all the cuteness, I want to show you what that looks like. Let's take one over this sweet little cute face right here. I mean, come on now. Come on now. This face right here some of y'all little ovaries tickled a little bit, just looking at her. Okay. That's my little kitty Ken. And so it took me about 2 years. We're going to take a magnifying glass, remember, because this is where we see what's behind the scenes, what's behind the cuteness, what's behind the ponytail and the cute gray sweater and all that. We're going to see what's behind the scenes. It took me 2 years to get pregnant with Kennedy. We tried and tried and tried. We didn't know what was going on. We were young and let me do and healthy. Okay. We were young and healthy. So what would the reason be that we could not get pregnant? And but we couldn't. And after 2 years of trying and making some adjustments, we finally was able to get pregnant. When I was pregnant with Kennedy, I'm a late night, where my late night snackers at. Okay. Yeah, I think Rose, she looking away. Okay, we can just be honest. It's just us. Okay, the late night snacker. So I was a late night snacker when I was pregnant, and this was my late night snack. Now y'all don't judge me. Y'all don't do it. Okay, don't. If you're gonna judge with your eyes, just turn your camera off for just 30 seconds, because I'm about to tell you what I would do. I go to a racetrack. Y'all got a racetrack where y'all live? Do y'all have a racetrack? Okay, I went to racetrack and it's called a sour apple sherbet. My God, sour apple sherbet was like this sweet and sour sorbet. Okay, sour apple sherbet, and then I would get a Snickers. Okay, I would want that with it, and then a lemonade. Had that, bro, leave, bro. Okay, dang, just before I met you, you should have came and found me sooner, because this was my late night snack of choice. And so thank you, Don. Okay, because Ro in here already, she said we listen and we don't judge. That wasn't your first text in that chat. Okay, that first text was, she was judging me. So that was my little snacky snack. Somebody said that's a whole meal of sugar. Okay, but in my mind, that was my little snacky snack at night, y'all. And I would have this, and my husband, he knew not to even come home without that racetrack little combo pack. Okay, and I would sit there with that pregnant belly, tear that stuff up. That was the input of what I was putting into my cells. How many of you practiced the cell theory last night? Okay. That was the input of what I was putting into my cells. Guess what I was doing while I was putting that into my cells? I was building a baby. So everything I was putting into my cells was going to my baby cells. And that was the input that I was doing. That was the input of the cell when we talk about the cell theory. Let's look at the output. This is the output. This was the output. When I had my daughter, she had so many ear infections. By the time she was 1 year old, we had to get the plugs in her ear. Some of you have experienced that before. That was the output of me just loading her up with sugar every day while I was pregnant. The output of that is she always got a cold. She always had some type of something. Okay, always had some type of something. We was back and forth to that doctor. Guess what? You want to know the kicker of all this? She didn't even go to daycare yet when she was back and forth like this. Her immune system was shot. If you blew on her, okay, she was getting sick. And then, and most times when she got sick, she would always need the assistance of a nebulizer. It was showing early signs of asthma. For her to really recover, we would have to do the breathing treatments and all of those things and all that. This was the output of my input of what I thought was just my little late night snacky snack. Okay. All right. We just going to be honest today. Can we just be, all right, y'all not judge. We listen. Can y'all put we listen and we don't judge in the chat? Because I can't tell by y'all face. I feel like y'all are trying to call CPS on me. So this was the output, okay, of what we did. Okay. All right, we're listening. Thank you, Keena. Yvonne, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I needed a little reassurance. All right, so let's go on to Sonny Boy. This is my oldest baby. This is Isaiah. And I remember when I had him, maybe some of you can relate, when I have a Sonny Boy, I always felt like I didn't want my son to have any restrictions. It's like you go into that kitchen, you get what you want. I'm not going to come police you. This is your home. You are a prince in the kingdom, son. Whatever spoils of overflow we have, Sonny boy, you can have it. And guess what? He took full advantage. And I said, Sonny, what would you like? Mommy's going to the grocery store. Mommy, I love those strawberry Pop-Tarts. Done and done. Okay, I'll go to Costco and make sure you get the jumbo pack. Okay, what else would you like, Sonny boy? Love that Hawaiian punch. I don't think it's anything in there that's made from anything real ever. I'll get the 2 double pack jugs. You know, the kind of, they used to connect it. Okay, just I know the people that's already healthy don't know this, but the Hawaiian punch, the double pack, they had a strap that connects both of them. You grab that bad boy by the middle strap. Come on now, you grab and you put that on in the basket. Okay, them kids gonna go through that. Don't let it be summertime. It might not make it 3 days. Okay, so you put the double pack of the Hawaiian punch. Okay, somebody, all right, some of y'all not being selfish with relating on that. So we would get that. One of his favorite things is microwave popcorn. Okay, we would get that big box. We like Pop Secret movie theater. Okay, Pop Secret. Sabrina said absolutely. Okay, so, okay, y'all give me the finger applause when you can relate. All right, so we would get that for him in a big bulk. And if he was up late, and do what you do. You're a prince in the kingdom, son. You just do whatever you want to do. That was the input. That was the input that we were having. Do you want to know the output? By 3rd grade, they were trying to say he had ADD. I said, this boy cannot sit still. He cannot shut up in class. Surely goodness and mercy. Something is wrong with this boy. Okay. And I was taking him to the doctor. I'm like, I don't know what the problem is. Again, y'all, this was before Rochelle. I didn't know nothing about the cell theory. How many of you grateful? Okay, because information changes situations. He says, my people perish from lack of knowledge because they rejected the knowledge. The fact that you're here today, right? Your transformation is on the way just because you're getting new knowledge this week. That's why it's so funny when I see people last night, they're like, what's the meal plan? Baby. This week is about getting the knowledge, because knowledge brings revelation, which brings transformation. If she just gave you a meal plan, what are you going to do when you're tired of eating it? You're going to go back to what you was eating before. You need university type level knowledge on how your body works. That's going to change your life. And I didn't have that at the time. So guess what? I was in doctor baffled. Okay. I don't know what could be. And when I tell you baffled, had no idea that potentially what he was going through in school was related to what he was eating. I had no idea. How many of you had no idea when you was raising your babies? You just didn't know. Okay. So they said he's going to have to take this medication every day. That's going to help regulate, I can't remember what it was called. He was so young at the time, y'all. He was 3rd grade. He had never taken a pill before, and I had to teach him. I remember I was in the car and we were outside of like the pharmacy, and I said, I got to teach you how to take a pill. And we were practicing how he can take medication at such a young age, because he was acting a fool in school. And he finally got it down, and he would take that pill every day. If he missed a day of taking the pill, if he forgot, he normally would take it at night before bed. And if he missed it, he would get debilitating migraine headaches. He'd get migraine headaches. 3rd, 4th grade, getting migraine headaches because he would forget to take it. And at this point, once it's part of your molecular makeup, your body needs it. And then if you stop taking it, it has a visceral reaction. Those headaches might last 6 to 12 hours. It would take him a while to recover. And I said, dang, he said, you forgot. He's like, God, Mom, I woke up with a headache, and it'd take him a while to recover. Another thing he used to deal with is he had severe nosebleeds. Whole pillow would be covered in blood. Severe nosebleeds. And at one point, we just went and had surgery to get his nostrils cateterized so that the nosebleeds would stop. This was before Rochelle. This is what we were doing. All right, this is the magnifying glass. Let's check out hubby. Check out hubby. Okay, handsome hubby. All right. Handsome hubby is a self-proclaimed sugar addict. He was one of those double down sugar addicts. It wasn't good enough to have cookies. He got to put the cookies and he get a cup and put the ice cream. Don't let it be some chocolate sauce nearby. You just layer it. Just come on, layer that cocaine in the cup. Okay. And then he would just sit and enjoy that real good. So self-proclaimed sugar addict. And it wasn't long before he was showing signs of insulin resistance, elevated glucose numbers. right? He used to get migraines, really bad headaches. I mean, he'd have to go in the room, turn the lights off, don't bother him. Asthmatic, always on his pump, using his pump, couldn't run out of that. He had to make sure he always had that. And he had real bad insomnia. He'd go to bed and then I heard a few of you say it last night too. And I was like, oh, we're gonna get him. You're gonna be free this week. That's the good news. You're gonna be free this week. Any of you struggling with insomnia, you're gonna be free this week. And so, but he was struggling with insomnia. And what happens is he would wake up about 3, 4 in the morning and couldn't go back to sleep, right? Really, it's just your body cleanses out. I forget what it is. Ro would have to make sure I'm saying it right. I don't know if it's the kidney. No, it's not the kidneys. It's something else. Your body just dumps any excess insulin in your body in the middle of the night because it's trying to clean out your body. It's doing this natural rehabilitating in the night. And when you have so much excess glucose, it's so much sugar that it just dumped. It wakes you up and you can't go back to sleep. All right, we didn't know that. Okay, we didn't know that. My people perish from lack of knowledge. So we didn't know. So this was all before Rochelle and my handsome hubby. That's what he was dealing with. I already told you my vice, late night snacker, baby. Late night snacker. 95% of the time I was battling with extreme eczema outbreaks. It would be all over my leg. I used to get them on my ankles. I used to get them on my arms. Anybody that struggle with eczema, it's a certain itch you get, and you know it's coming. You don't even got to see it yet. You like, that's itching too good. Ooh, you be scratching. You know the eczema outbreak is soon on the way. And I was dealing with that. Deborah said she was dealing with I know how to say the word, but now reading it I can't. But y'all see it, okay? Psoriasis. Okay, with that's right, psoriasis. So that's what I was dealing with. I would have really bad eczema outbreaks, and I had extremely heavy cycles. So if it was the first 2 days of my cycles, there's certain places I just could not go. I just could not go. If I'm looking at important dates coming up, I'm praying to the Lord on high that it don't fall on my first 2 days of my cycle because I'm not going to be able to function. I got to stay as close to the bathroom as possible. That's how heavy my cycles were. This was before Rochelle. So there we were, y'all. Cute and sick. Cute and sick. How many of you cute and sick? Okay. And we need to change that. All right. You're still cute now. All right. But that was us. Before Rochelle T. Parks, we were cute and sick. One thing we had going for us is we love Jesus. Okay. We love the Lord. And so there's a lot of other Americans. I want to show you some stats on that. This is what I want you to understand. The United States has the largest Christian population in the world with approximately 246 million Christians. Praise God. Give it up. Okay. Give it up. Only 333 million people that live in the United States, making Christians 74% of the population. We on the winning side. The second country is not even close. It's Brazil, which has 40%. The majority of the rest of the country, majority Catholic. So America, when you look down on earth, America is the country that has the most Christians in one location. Okay, praise God. All right. Let me introduce you to, Tukas gave you a little insight, but I am a war strategist when it comes to being a Christian. I am a spiritual warfare strategist when it comes to being a Christian. I don't take things lightly. And so I want to show you one of the war tactics in natural war, in the wars that we see today in our military, is the power in knowing the enemy's plans. They spend a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars, in reconnaissance and espionage. If you're working for the CIA, you're typically a CIA intelligence operative, right? Where you're going to be a dual agent. You're going to act as if you're on that side just so you can get information to see what the enemy is up to. So you can take that back, because it is power in knowing what the enemy's plans are. How many movies have we watched, TV shows have we watched, where it's all about just intelligence operatives, where people are getting information from the enemy so they can bring it back to the home team and they can move accordingly. The best way to win a war is to know the strategy of your opponent. That's the best way to win a war. And so that's what we're going to do today. Okay, we're going to learn the strategy of our opponent, because that's the best way we can win a war. All right. Luckily, our guy has our back. He told us straight up, here it is. This is his strategy. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that they may have life and have that, and that they may have it more abundantly. But that's what the thief comes to do. I remember Darius Daniel says one day, you know, God is not he doesn't mix his words. So he's not trying to say the same thing 3 different ways. If he says he comes to steal, kill, and destroy, that's 3 different assignments. 3 different things we got to look out for. 3 different things we need to have our dukes up for. 3 different things we need to be praying against. 3 different things we need to be doing things actively to make sure that we don't fall victim to these 3 categories of opposition that we are under. It just summarizes everything he stands for. It's the foundation for any attack. I tell people all the time, if he had an Instagram bio, this would be the scripture he would put in his Instagram bio. This is what I'm here to do. This is my job. This is my assignment. I come to steal, kill, and destroy. Let's look at what this looks like. Okay. The enemy's assignment to steal moments, to kill life, to destroy legacy. We are intelligence operatives this morning. I know you just got done working out, so you could feel like you CIA training. Okay, you did your physical training, and now we're in the classroom doing our mental strategy. We are operatives trying to study what he's up to, what that's taking us out, to steal moments, to kill life, to destroy legacy. Look at the stats. The United States, remember, this is 246 million Christians here, 74% of the population. So we already know where he's going to have a targeted attack, because this is where we are. We're in America. This is where he's going to have a targeted attack. So let's look at what this looks like in our health. For this place that when you look down on earth, it's all the saints is in America. Let's look at what his attack. Let's see how he's doing on his attack, shall we? Let's review this docket. Okay, we're still in our CIA meeting. Despite spending exponentially more money on healthcare than any other high-income country globally, the United States features one of the lowest life expectancies of approximately 77 years. Okay, this is the results he's getting from his attack on us. United States also suffers from the highest burden of chronic diseases and obesity, which are 2 times higher than the average of other countries. 60% of Americans live with at least one chronic health condition, at least 60%, while more than 25% of adults in America have been diagnosed with 2 or more chronic conditions like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, asthma, or hypertension during their lifetime. The U.S. obesity rate is nearly double the average. Somebody else's average, the highest average somewhere else, we double it. Here we go. The U.S. has the highest rate of infant and maternal deaths. Just think about that, okay? Put your CIA hat on. We don't even get a chance to get our soldiers on earth. The babies are dying. Okay, here we go. The U.S. ranks the highest in the world for preventable deaths. Look at this. Global pharmaceutical sales, we're the blue. This is how much medication America is on. So if this is his assignment, this is his assignment. He is fulfilling his assignment in our nation. To steal, kill, and destroy. What's God's intention for us? I came that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. That's what he wants for us. So let's look at a comparison. His assignment to kill, steal, and destroy. God's assignment, abundant life. Do you want to know what that looks like on your plate? Can I show you? It looks like this. That's what it looks like. When you prepare your meal, when you order your food, when you go to a restaurant, you are feeding into the hands of the enemy when your plate looks like this. That when his soldiers that are there to steal, kill, and destroy, you actually wearing the fatigue of the enemy and a co-conspirator to your own demise. Abundant life looks like this. Let me show you what it looks like in everyday life. Looks like this. What moments have you missed because of your health? What invitations from your kids to go play, to go run, to go walking that you could not accept because of your health? What activities have you opted out of because of your health? What businesses you did not start because you don't like the way you look? Pictures you won't even get in. I know some people, they're not in no pictures because they don't like how they look. You got to have the camera got to be okay. You know, on a drone shot, and then you got to do that's the only way you taking a picture. I'm speaking from I didn't had it them times too. I said, child, you're gonna have to just take a picture of my eye, okay? Just so I've been eating, okay? I don't want to be in nothing. How many moments have we missed? The definition of prison is a state of confinement or captivity. How many of you are prisons in your own body? Watch this. Because we are of the kingdom, we have a Psalms 91 protection around us. This is you. This is Psalms 91. I mean, can't nothing get to you. And I mean, he tries. And I mean, you well and pray and well and fast, and that enemy can't get to you. You have a hedge of protection around you. So guess what? The only way, anytime the enemy wants to get to you, the only way he can get to you when you have your hedge of protection is for you to self-destruct. It's for you to do something that elicits the open door to the enemy because you are making decisions that gives you a disadvantage that weakens your protection. We're studying military war tactics today, okay? Here's your self-destruct strategy. You destroy your own body, your own vessel. And we don't see this as a sin. We don't see gluttony as a sin. We don't see just constantly feeding ourselves something that it doesn't recognize as food as a sin. We don't see that. We don't recognize it. But guess what? Okay, this might be a little jarring. Okay, hope this, not too many kids nearby. What if we drove by a billboard and we saw this? What would we say? Look away. This is what y'all gonna say. What is this world coming to? This is our advertisement. This is ridiculous. That's what we say. That's what we say. But what if you drove by and saw this? We don't look away. Okay, we don't part our eyes at the crumble cookie. We lean in. Okay? What is that in the back of the picture? One of these cookies has 32 grams of fat, 52 grams of sugar, 100 grams of carbs. Some of these cookies have up to 1,000 calories in just one cookie. When I wear my continuous glucose monitor where I know how every food that I eat affects me, to this day, I have never seen a reaction as bad as eating a crumble cookie. It took my body 3 days to recover from how much sugar was in that cookie. But why is it the tactic works the same, makes you sick. You can't answer the call. You can't fulfill your assignment when you're not healthy. You leave Earth too soon. You see in the stats, you can't even have birth babies. If some of them people can't get pregnant. When they do get pregnant, infants are dying because of what we're putting into our bodies. So why don't we see this poster as doing the same thing that the other one does? Because he's crafty. But don't you ever forget his assignment: to steal moments, to kill life, to destroy legacy. The United States has the largest Christian population in the world. The United States ranks the highest in the world for preventable deaths. That is no coincidence. So let's do this. We know the enemy's assignment. Okay. We know, but due to his spiritual protection, he sets up for us to self-destruct. But I have good news for you. Your self-destruction days are over. Somebody just put that in the chat. My self-destruction days are over. I know your tricks and your plans, and they're not going to work on me anymore. And I know it's going to be hard because I've been indulging on the things that I love for a very long time, but I have access to the information. I recommend you stay as close to the fire as possible. Don't ever leave Rochelle's side. There is nothing like community. I've never lost more weight and been more disciplined than when I do it with community. Your self-destruction days are over. The enemy you saw today, you don't have to see it anymore. Is it going to be a little bit hard? Absolutely. Is it going to feel uncomfortable? Absolutely. But once you get over the hump, that's the beautiful part about getting healthy. It's not uncomfortable forever. A few days, maybe 3 days of being uncomfortable while you let your body detox, and then you can live on the other side of it forever. Your self-destruction days are over. Be encouraged by that. If any of you related to some of the things that I was doing with my family, just understand your self-destruction days are over. It doesn't matter how far gone you are. There's not an illness that can be in your body that God's food cannot begin to heal. It just doesn't exist. And you'll learn more and more about that this week. Because some of you hear that and don't believe it. He said, Tiff, I've been on this medication for 20 years. I know you hear that and you don't believe it. Rochelle is with the assistance of God's food. It helps people get off medication they've been on for 20 years in 7 days. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And she's going to teach you more and more about that tonight. So let's give you 3 principles to prevent self-destruction. Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you these 3 principles. I'm going to be out your hair. Okay. I'm going to be out your hair. All right, here we go. Principle number 1, establish a new normal. My normal was late night eating, okay? Snack. When you saw what my normal was while I was pregnant, that was my normal. And we have to establish a new normal. You can establish a new normal. Be encouraged by that. There's some things you used to do 10 years ago you don't do anymore. You don't even think about it. There's some things you used to do 20 years ago you don't do anymore. You don't even think about it. God can do the same thing in your health. But it's what Rochelle said in the VIP session last night. For some reason, we don't equate God's assistance to our health anymore when it comes to our habits. Now, when we get sick because of our own contribution, because of our own input, then we want to pray. No, Rochelle is saying, why don't you pray for God to stop the habits, to take the desire for that thing out of your mouth, to help you get through the hard days while you're detoxing, to help you like water because y'all love saying y'all hate water, to help you like vegetables because I don't like no. That was me, okay? I don't really, salads and stuff. I don't know, bro. I got to cook my stuff. That was me. I came with my own Tiffany customized plan. But that wasn't going to help me. When you sit at a master's feet, you shut up and listen. But I'm not, I'm a little hard-headed. Where my hard-headed people at, okay? I'm a little hard-headed. All right, Faye says I'm hard-headed. Me too, Faye, okay? But when you sit at a master's feet over time, you'll learn it's best for me to just go and shut up and listen. Okay, what you say, Coach? Coach, that sound like I don't like that. But she Coach is gonna say I don't care. But what if I really don't like it? I really don't care. That's what she's gonna say. And guess what? That's what we need. You need somebody that is a defender of your generations after you, even when you're not. That's looking out for your children's children, even when you're not. So we're gonna establish a new normal. Okay, y'all, I gotta stay focused. Okay, because I gotta get through my 3 principles. I want to get y'all out of here on time. Okay, just understanding the definition of normal. Conforming to a standard, usually typical or expected. A new normal. Just every day I'm having salads. Just that's a new normal. Some of us that's not our normal, but that can be your new normal. Every day you get up and work out. I don't really like working. It could be your new normal, even if in this moment you feel like you don't like it. 99% of the time, all I'm drinking is water. That can be your new normal. We have to establish your new normal. So what does that do? So even if you have to envision a life that you know not of, you're going to take your desire list, okay, the things that you desire for yourself to be healthier. We got to determine that path to get there. Okay, that's why I love the title of this challenge, The Road to Optimal Health. We got to determine that path, and that's going to equal our new normal. Very simple formula. Very, not as easy to do, but a very simple formula. What is the things that we desire? What is the path to get there? And that will get us our new normal. The good news and bad news is, the good news is your new normal is available for you. Your new normal is customized for you. No one can take it, steal it, replicate it. It's completely and solely just for you. That's the good news. The bad news is the location of it is a little tricky. We're going to find it today. Okay. We're going to find our new normal. We're going to just go on a search for it and I'm going to show you. Remember, we're still in our intelligence meeting. This is what it looks like. These little 3 stars. This is our symbol for our new normal. Let's go and find it, shall we? Okay. Let's leave the office and go search for our new normal. First place we're going to look in our comfort zone. I don't see the 3 stars. I don't see the 3 stars. That's not where we're going to find it. That would have been nice. Okay. That would have been nice if in our morning coffee with cream, okay, and Danish, okay, was our new normal. That would have been glorious, but it's not there, unfortunately. Let's keep looking. Okay. We got to do something that makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. And we still don't see the 3 stars. That's terrible. Okay, it's not there either. Let's keep looking, shall we? Let's keep looking. Don't get fatigued on me. I know you just worked out. Let's keep going. Let's keep looking. In the level of no way I'm doing that. Huh. Oh my goodness. Still don't see it. Well, it's getting a little scary, isn't it? All right. Okay. Let's go to the next level. I still don't see our 3 stars. We got to get to our new normal because our children's children are dependent on us. So we got to keep looking. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's keep moving around. You must be high if you think I'm doing that. My God, it ain't there either. Ro, you must have lost your mind if you think I'm doing that. And we still don't have our new normal. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Drink you some water. Okay. We still got a journey on. Stay hydrated. There it is. Right outside of you must be high if you think I'm doing that. Then we find here, I don't know, Deborah, how you find them 3 stars? You are a rock star. Deborah said we found our new normal. Okay. So let's just figure something out here because I mean, we all grown. Okay. We all grown. We know the ratio of us going from comfort zone to you must be high if you think I'm doing that is a very small margin. How many of you? Okay. It's a very small margin. The only person that did this was Pops, and that's because he was on his deathbed. All right. He went from comfort zone to completely healthy in 7 days. So I love how y'all find the stars. Y'all are hilarious. So let's figure out how we can get there without feeling like we got to be tortured along the way, shall we? Because if you're like me in faith, okay, you're already a little rebellious. Okay, so here we go. What we're just going to focus on, this is our comfort zone. We're going to focus on this level right here. Just doing something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's all I want you to focus on. I don't want you to focus on trying to be an overnight success. I don't want you to focus on waking up in 7 days and being able to run a marathon like Coach Rowe. I want you to focus on doing something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Now watch this. When you do the thing that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, day in and day out, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, guess what happens? Guess what happens? That area becomes your new comfort zone. That's what happens. You've done it so much that now it's not this thing that even makes you uncomfortable anymore. It's just what you do. It becomes your comfort zone. It becomes the culture of your day. It becomes the culture of your week. You begin to be known for it. They already know. Somebody put always drinking water. They already know not to offer you anything else. She always drinks water. It just becomes a part of who you are. You want to see the good news? You see no way I'm doing that? Guess what? That's now been downgraded because no way I'm doing that is right outside your comfort zone. So being that it's right outside your comfort zone, no way I'm doing that becomes something that just makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Y'all see where we're going here? It just makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. 2 levels ago was no way I'm doing that. But because you begin to make changes, what used to seem like no way I'm doing that, now it's something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And when we start doing that, that becomes a part of our comfort zone. That becomes a part of our comfort zone. Y'all ready for this? The level that you thought you must be high if you think I'm doing that has now been downgraded to something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's now downgraded. And then once you start doing that thing, because you're already used to doing something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, and you do that time and time and time again, and guess what? Your new normal is here. You have reached your new normal. Give yourselves a round of applause in the chat in faith that you will get to your new normal, because you're going to do something that makes you feel a little bit. Some of you never have joined a community when it comes to health. You might have joined it for other reasons. You've never even thought that it was worth it. I would much rather invest in my health in a community that's trying to keep me healthy than invest at the pharmacy and the doctor's office and paying co-pays at sick visits and having to figure out why this medication is so high. And now I'm on the phone with the insurance company trying to see what happened last month. It was this. Now you're saying it's this. What happened? I hate. And now you're mad at the president and the government and tariff. You don't even know what tariff means. I'm mad at them too. And then you just going off because everything high and every medication high. And I would much rather invest my money in Rochelle and know I'm changing not only my life, but my children's life. Okay, watch this. Okay, watch this. Because we got our new normal. We got our new normal by just doing something that made us a little bit uncomfortable. We wrote a check to our future self by doing that. Guess what we gonna pay? Whatever it costs. If I gotta give things up, I'll give it up. I've been eating that for 50 years, I'll give it up. We're gonna pay whatever it costs, because what we get in return is everything we desire. That life you envision, where you can run after your kids, your grandkids, you can enjoy life. You don't have to be dragging yourself everywhere. You can walk around. You can go to resorts and walk all day. And your kids be saying, "Woo, Lord, mommy, woo. Can we sit down? Hold on now. I want to go. We're going to go by this beach, and then we're going to see, maybe later we'll go and sit down somewhere." That's how you want to be. Everything you desire, you're going to write a check that you're going to pay whatever it costs. And you don't have to stress out, because we'll just start with something that makes us a little bit uncomfortable. You know, the quickest way to get through those levels is to stay in a community where everybody is working through those levels. I promise you, if everybody else in your family is eating the same way that got you to be sick, that's not your community right now for that. You got to go put the mask on yourself and get free first, and then you can come free them. Ro always says nothing speaks louder than results. Why don't you go get some results first? Y'all always trying to bring the whole, and then come on, Ro, can you talk to my husband and my kids and my thing? She can't convert everybody as good as she may have converted you. You gotta be the catalyst. You got to be the superhero in your own family. And when they see the results and they see you full of energy and they see you changing what you eat and they see you not even complaining no more and you don't even feel like you're depriving yourself, then they say, well, shoot, can I have, babe, make me one of them that you got. Make me one of them. And then they're gonna eat the salad with you, and then they're gonna be telling you, you got a little cookie or something, and then you're gonna be trying to because guess what? They're doing something to make them a little bit uncomfortable. And they're just following the same pattern that you followed. But if you stay the course, they'll continue to follow you. It's like a ship drifting out at sea. They don't even know their lives are being changed because you're the catalyst. They don't even know. Okay. So this is the check we're gonna write. But if we write it right now, we're gonna overdraft. We don't want to overdraft. Okay. Ain't nobody got time to be overdrafted. You know, when they overdraft, they send the big thing, the big amount in first, and then the small amounts you got to pay all them overdraft fees. We don't have time for overdraft fees if we write this check. So we got to return something so we can get some more money in our account. Guess what we're going to return so we can get some more money in our account? Our comfort zone. We got to return that. Commit this week that you're going to be doing something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Your comfort zone, you can't keep it. Why are we returning your comfort zone? It's too expensive. you can't afford it. You being able to do what you want to do, how you want to do it every single day is the most expensive thing you're paying for in your health. You can't afford it. We got to return it. Why do we got to return it? Let's not forget our meeting in the boardroom today. This is his plan for you. This is his plan for you. I know you have a vision of being with your daughter at her wedding. I know you have a vision of being in your grandkids at their college graduation. I know you do. This is his plan for you, to steal those moments. This is his plan for you. So we got to stay vigilant, shall we? Principle number 2, hold every thought captive. This is his, if this is his plan, I'm giving you the principles to overtake his plan. Who is it? Kenya said, I have another plan, and the enemy's plans is canceled, and is. I come in full agreement with it. That's why, but this is why we got to review his strategy so we can overtake it. Principle number 2 to overtake his plan is hold every thought captive. Let's go to the scripture. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Very popular scripture, and for good reason. But let's juice this lemon for all we can and get some lemonade. Let's take a scripture that we've heard in our whole lives, and you hear fleetingly in the back of your head. Some of you may not have heard this, okay? You may not have, okay? But this might be the first time you're hearing it. Either way, we're going to dissect this thing so good, you'll never be the same. Watch this. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Every thought. A thought, by definition, is a mental perception. The Bible also calls it a device. That's one of my favorite revelations about a thought. A device. A device. Like a weapon. Like a loaded gun. A device that can be used for you or against you. Every thought. Now, the thing about spiritual law is it can be used for good or evil. It can work both ways. Like they say, you can use it for your good, or you can use it for your bad. Now watch this. If we go with scripture before that, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. I want to pull down some strongholds. How many of you know sugar is a stronghold? That caffeine is a strong hold. Okay, took me a good while. I gave up everything else, and bro, that's gonna give me a minute on that. Okay, I'm gonna just let me take my time on that one. Now I can go months and months without caffeine. Okay, that was a stronghold. Where did that start? He's saying if you want to pull down strongholds, this is the strategy. We back in our workbook now because we need to know the strategy, the war tactic. When you start looking at this Bible like your war tactic strategies, it will change your life. He says you want to pull down strongholds, what we got to do? Hold captive every thought. Every single thought. Hold it captive. Is this thought in the obedience of Christ? Does God agree with this thought? If it's not, I'm going to snatch it up by its neck and I'm going to throw it out. Okay. All right. Y'all stay with me. We're about to go somewhere with this. Stay with me. Okay, here we go. This is my favorite part. Look at the next scripture. And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Watch this. If you hold captive every thought, he's saying it's like getting revenge on the enemy. Why? Because he put the thought in your head. You took the thought and did the opposite. You now have your revenge. Just by changing what you think, you get revenge on the enemy. This was in your Bible when you woke up this morning. Okay, we just gonna break this thing down. Watch this. Your brain has 60,000 thoughts per day. 75% of those thoughts are negative. 95% of them are repetitive. So every single day, he uses the same tactic and the same thought, and he speaks it to you over and over and over and over and over and over again until it's like a stronghold that cannot be removed. Our thoughts are a spiritual weapon to kill our flesh and get revenge on the enemy for even trying us. That's what you get to do when you get a hold of these thoughts. Here's our filtration process, okay? Because we're going to do better with holding every thought captive. This is how we're going to do it. Is the thought in opposition to the word of God? The minute you have the thought, is it in opposition to the word of God? Hold it captive, throw it out. Let's give you some real life examples. Ro tells you, hey, I want you to do 7 days raw fruit and veggies. You think I can't do that. Is this thought in opposition to the word of God? Yes, it is. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. All things, all things. You putting down processed foods and feeding your body God's food for 7 days. You don't think God's on board with that? Then guess what? He'll help you do it. The thought, my parents both have diabetes. I'm probably going to get that too. That's the thought that we come into agreement with, and it shows up in our life. What if we held it captive? Behold, I will do a new thing in you. If you want to be the bloodline curse breaker for your family, all you have to do is say, God, I am available to be that for my family. Tell me what to do. The information you will get this week will tell you what to do. The thought, nothing works for me. I've tried everything. How many of you feel like that? I tried it all. Keto, Weedo, Lido, it don't matter. I didn't try all of it. None of it worked for me. God is not a respecter of persons. If you do the same thing, you will get similar results. Most likely you was like me and you tried it with your spin on it. How many of you try stuff, but you got to put your little, you know what I'm saying? You got to put your little sprinkles on it. And then you're talking about it didn't work. Okay. We'll just be honest. So we have the filtration process. Is the thought in opposition of the word of God? Here's the next one. Is the thought in opposition to the goals I have set for myself? Uh-oh. I don't want to lose my curves. Oh, okay. So you want to manipulate your body with sickness so you could think you cute. Okay. This is how we sound. This is how we sound. Okay. When you think, I'm not giving up my sodas. Okay, Ro, I'm not giving up my sodas. What you're saying is I'm willing to risk getting cancer and leaving my family for a few moments of pleasure to enjoy your cold beverage of Coca-Cola. I just want you to know this is how we sound. But that's the thought. When somebody tells you that you got to give something up and you have a rebellious thought, you don't think that's the enemy. I'm telling you that's the enemy, to kill, steal, and destroy. And you have to hold it captive. Okay, I'm probably losing a lot of my friends that I started out on the call with. All right, so at least I got Ro. Rose, don't leave me, Ro. Okay, because I think all the people that left me. Last filtration process. Does a thought feed into the assignment that the enemy has against me? Oh, does the thought feed into the assignment that the enemy has against me? If I come into agreement with this thought, did I just put on the fatigue of the enemy and stand on the enemy's side and become a co-conspirator to my own demise? Somebody put yikes in the chat. Yikes in the chat. Here's a thought that feeds into the assignment of the enemy. I hate vegetables. I don't like. I love a good smothered cabbage or something, but salads and stuff, I don't really be. I hate drinking water. Ugh. I like to force my body to be crippled and work harder because I refuse to give it the thing it's made 70% of, because I prefer drinks that make me sicker and don't heal me. That's how you sound. That's how you sound. Does the thought feed into the assignment that the enemy has against me? Hold it captive. Give it a new thought. Speak better things. Ask for help. Get into community. Get wisdom. Get understanding. Get knowledge. It'll make it easier for you. If you're drinking water and you don't know that 70% of your body needs it, it's going to be harder to drink it. Having that knowledge, that wisdom, that understanding will make it easier to do. You have to stay close to the information. That's why I don't want to hear nobody else talking about a meal plan this week. Everything you should be asking her is about, just give me more and more information about how my body works so I can give it what it needs. All right, y'all, it's 57 after. Y'all better hurry up, and y'all listening slow. How thoughts look that are not held captive. Look at this glass of water. Y'all want some of that? That's how your thoughts look. Disgusting. Anybody want a little sippy sip? A little sippy sip of that? No thanks. All right, here we go. As you become better stewards of your thoughts, it begins to clear up. It begins to clear up. And the efficiency on which you run becomes more cleaner, more pure, because you have now changed your thoughts, which is changing your actions, which is changing your life. As you become a master of your thoughts, it'll look like this. 60,000 thoughts per day, 60,000 thoughts reviewed, 60,000 thoughts purified, 60,000 actions now changed. Was that good or good? Okay, that's got two options. Was that helpful? Was that helpful as you're on your health journey? Can I give you the last principle so I can get y'all out of here? Speak life. Speak life. You're your own prophet in your own life. Speak life. Even when you don't believe it, speak life. Even when you don't really feel full convinced, speak life. Speak over yourself like you can do this. Speak those affirmations. Take those scriptures and apply them like an antibiotic to heal what's broken. Speak life. Stop. Everything doesn't have to be a trauma response. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Fruit, fruit, fruit. Guess what fruit has? Seeds that create a harvest. Speak life. Here we go. I am, I have. This is you. That's what I used to say. My eczema, somebody might say my arthritis, my arthritis acting up. Don't say my. Why? Because my defines possession. It entails that you are the rightful owner of this thing. Stop saying my. That's not yours. God never intended for you to have that. I am sick. Don't say that. I have cancer. Don't say that. I am means, and it came to pass. Do you know that's the biblical definition for I am? So when you say I am sick and it came to pass, guess what? You're gonna be sick the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. Stop saying that. I'm healed. That's what you say. And it shall come to pass. I'm healed. I don't care how you feel. Honey, I could be sniffling and whiffling. Me and Ro. I could be on the phone, Ro. And yeah, look, you sound a little congested. I'm healed, and it is okay. And we just live in delusion together. And guess what? She be better the next day. And it came to pass. That means healing is on the way. All right. I have exerts ownership and pride. We won't be saying that. I am healed is what we're going to say. Why, Tiff? I don't want to be out here looking crazy. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You'll eat the fruit of it. It's right here in the Bible. If I'm going to eat the fruit, baby, I'm going to speak life. I want to eat that. All right. He shall have whatsoever he saith. He says, verily I say unto you that whatsoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he says shall come to pass. He shall have whatsoever he saith. Saith means in the Bible, the ITH means it's something you said over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. So what does that mean? That means when you say something, it's like writing a contract. Everything you say, I want you to envision you're signing a contract with the definition of that word. I want you to imagine you're saying, I would like the definition of this word to be activated in my life. You have full permission to run amok in my life. Whatever you bind on earth is bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth is loosed in heaven. How do you bind and loose things? With your mouth. So I want you over this journey. I want you to speak life. Let's recap and I'm out. Okay. Principle number 1, establish a new normal. How do you do that? Do something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Principle number 2, you hold every thought captive. 60,000 thoughts per day. We will not let a negative thought run amok in our lives. It will show up in our actions. Principle number 3, speak life. Everything that comes out of your mouth is to speak life on your journey. If you feel like these things are going to be hard to do, especially at the same time, stay as close to Coach Rochelle T. Parks as humanly possible. I told you what my life was like before Rochelle. Watch this. This is my family now after Rochelle T. Parks came along. Okay. This is everybody getting a little bigger. Okay. You see the new contribution. Okay. The boss has arrived. Come on. Come on. Thank you with the compliments. Guess what's better about these compliments? We beautiful from the inside out. Now, I have regular cycles. Eczema triggered by my diet has been completely eliminated. I haven't had an eczema outbreak in years. Can we give it up for that? In years, I haven't had an eczema outbreak in years. My husband went and spent 7 days with Coach Rochelle T. Parks, and she completely reversed his insulin resistance. She lowered his blood pressure, eliminated his headaches. He sleeps like a baby through the night. It used to be if I just got up to use the bathroom, I used to be like, Jesus, I am not an intruder. Okay, it is me, your wife. I'm just going to use the restroom. Just on edge. His body was never at rest. Now snoring, carrying on, just knocked out now when I get up. He can rest now because his body is not full of sugar. This is after he spent 7 days with her, completely changed his life. That was years ago. Completely changed his life, lost a ton of weight, still manages his weight. He never worked out. Now he works out 5 times a week. He never worked out. Kennedy, my little baby, remember how she was the first 2 years of life, just in and out that hospital? She hasn't had a sick visit to the doctor in 5 years. She's just a healthy kid. All we did was listen to what Rose said told us to do. That's all we did. Was it easy? No. Did we change overnight? No. It was a little bit uncomfortable, and over time we had a new normal. A healthy kid. She does dance. She's very active. She does dance competition. She is in drama and play. She's just a bubbly kid, never slow down, energy for days. Remember Zay? Remember our firstborn? Okay, I was like, all right, okay, because now we family. Okay, this was our baby. And we had to try to teach him how to take them pills. One of the very first conversations I had with Rochelle, she told me about God's food. And she said, do you make his lunch? I said, yeah, girl, put good stuff in it too. Give him a little Capri Sun, and, got to get a little Debbie snack in there. And she said, that's all contributing to the problem. I said, well, what you use, Ro? What you put in there? Because that's what the kids eating. And she said, I put God's food. And she gave me some strategies and some things to do to transform what he was having for lunch. And then I got all of that stuff out the house. Anything that had red dyes and all these things that contribute to attention deficit disorder, I got rid of all of those things. And about 6 months into it, he just came to me. He said, Mom, I know it's going to probably make my head hurt for a few days, but I really want to try to not take my medication. I don't think I need it. That's what he said. I don't think I need it. That was 6 years ago. He's never taken medication since. He soon went to high school, never had one bad report from a teacher. Every report he ever got was great. Some teachers said it's the best kid I've ever had in class. If you ever met him in person, you say he's the type of person I just want to be around. Even my parents, his grandparents, they say, is Zay's in town? Because he's in college now. Zay's in town. Bust my dough down. I ain't seen y'all in weeks. Okay, bust my dough down when Zay's in town. Just want to be in his presence. He's the most calm, cool, collected kid ever. He's actually an introvert. All that talking in class was food induced. Started him on a Shaklee vitamin regimen. Okay, I'll have to get y'all the links. A Shaklee vitamin regimen. He took those 3 things every single day. And when he took those 3 things every single day, you want to know the good news? Never had a nosebleed after that. Can y'all imagine? We changed what he was eating, and then she gave me a regimen for the Shaklee vitamins, because Shaklee vitamins are made from whole foods. Never had a nosebleed. I wish I could tell you how many times my son woke up with nosebleeds. At least 6 times a week. Never again. If he does get one, he said, Mom, it's been a few days. I've been forgetting to take my vitamins. Never had one again. Then me and my husband decided we wanted to have another baby. Took us 2 years to get pregnant with to get pregnant with Kennedy. When we decided we want to have another baby, I think he blew at me, okay, walking in the hall, and I was pregnant the next month after the decision was made. I said, golly, barely touch me. God, we with child, okay? Because I now am an incubator of healthy cells because I changed my life. And now my body is working the way God intended it. All right, so here we go. When I was pregnant with Rara, I'm gonna tell this testimony. I'm gonna let y'all go. When I was pregnant with Rara, they said she's growing too slow. I don't know. It felt like something was wrong with her, and I was like, I'm doing the spiritual principles. I'm eating God's food. I took Shaklee vitamins every single day in my pregnancy. I never missed a day. I took the life strip. Okay. Took the life strip every single day of my pregnancy. And even when we was in the office, they said, well, we got these prenatals. No thanks. Do y'all approve Shaklee? They said, oh, Shaklee's the best. I said, I'll take that. They even agreed, even the doctor. I said, well, I'll be taking my Shaklee life strip. Thank you very much. Took my life strip every single day when I was pregnant with Rara. But every time I went to the doctor, they said, oh, it's doom and gloom, baby girl. We don't know what's going on. They said, you know what? We probably gonna have to have her early. The minute we can, probably gonna have to have her early. And I remember I was getting so down in the dumps, but I didn't want to tell nobody. So I just began to pray. Every word they said that was negative, I found the opposite. Giving y'all some prayer strategies, I found the opposite of that word. And I prayed that over my baby. These are war strategies I'm giving you. You said she was not comfortable. I said she's comforted by the Holy Ghost. You said she's too small. I said she's made perfect in the eyes of the Lord. Before I even have her, he got plans for her. She's perfect. I said perfect. She's perfect. I prayed perfect. She was perfect. I was eating God's food and taking my vitamins, and I prayed, and I was eating God's food and taking my vitamins, and I prayed, and I was eating God's food and I was taking my vitamins, and I prayed, and I would go to that doctor's office and they would say, ooh, we don't know. Ooh, my goodness. But I was eating God's food and I was taking my vitamins and I prayed. And this was back 2021. So we still wore masks to the doctor's office. I had that mask on and I'd be looking them dead in their face. And while they be saying, I'd just be praying like, I do not come into agreement with this. And I spoke life and I held every thought captive. And I spoke life and I held every thought captive. But meanwhile, I was at home eating God's food and taking my vitamins. And I prayed. And then all of that stuff I had to have her almost 3 weeks early because they just had to make sure everything was okay. Had her, they went and ran the test, came back, and guess what they said? She's perfect. She's perfect. So perfect that to this day, Soraya does not get sick. Remember what her sister went through? She's never had an ear infection, ever. In her life. She's never had an ear infection. She's never had a viral infection. She's never had anything going on with her lung. She's never had to use nebulizer. She's never, outside of a few times having a common cold, she's never experienced that. This whole house one time got hit with a stomach bug, and she was walking around bringing us tissues and things. It don't touch her. Because when she was forming in the womb, I was using spiritual principles and I was eating God's food and I was taking Shaklee vitamins and I changed the trajectory of her life because I knew Rochelle T. Parks. She changed the trajectory of my life and my children's life and my husband's life because when I learned her wisdom, I said, I'm a lifer. I'm going to do life with you. I ain't leaving. I'm a lifer. So I encourage you with my 10 minutes over. To follow those 3 principles. Do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Hold every thought captive and speak life. Stay as close to Rochelle T. Parks as humanly possible. It will change your life and it will change your children's life. I am a living testimony of that. Okay. It's been my honor to hang out with you today.
My God. Was that good or was that good, y'all? Come on. Was that good or was that good? Ooh, listen. Listen. Okay. I gotta calm down, Ro. Calm down. I just got goosebumps just listening to it, y'all. I mean, like that was so rich. And I mean, it was so much meat. Okay, it was so much. It's like I'm full. Okay, am I the only one? I feel like I'm full right now, y'all. It was so much. So listen, I want y'all to know that these morning mindset calls, right? We played this today at 5 o'clock. But listen, we're gonna air it live tomorrow. Okay, so don't miss tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow morning they go on 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So let me go back. We got the VIP workout. Okay, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7:45. So you say, what time is that, Coach? I'm on the West Coast. Okay, let me just tell you this real quick. For the West Coast, that's 4 a.m. for you. Okay, Mountain Standard Time, that's 5 a.m. Central Standard Time, that's 6 a.m. Okay, that's for the workout. That's for VIPs. Okay, VIPs only. We on the Zoom. We got a good workout. But this mindset, though, this mindset call, like what Tiff did, we're gonna have it again tomorrow. You can get on that live. We're going to stream it in YouTube. Okay. We're going to stream it live in YouTube. All right. My VIPs, you can, jump on the Zoom. All right. But we'll stream it live in YouTube. And so listen, I'm sorry. Everybody can get on the Zoom. Everybody can get on the Zoom. But even if you don't get on the Zoom, you can watch it. Okay. You can watch it on the YouTube. So that's at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the West Coast, that's 5 a.m. If you're Mountain, that's 6 a.m. If you're Central, that's 7 a.m. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Okay, Ashley, I'm turning it over to you for a second. I'm excited. Ashley, you there?
I am right here. Welcome everyone to day 2, night 2 of the Road to Optimal Health. We just have a few grand announcements to make. We have 2 sets of winners from our Word of the Day challenge. If you don't know, we're doing something fantastic. We have a Word of the Day challenge. We did one for day 1, and we just ended the one for day 2. So we have 10 winners to announce. So I'm excited. We have day 1 winners. We have Nicole Moby, Natasha Rowland, Christian Anderson, Deborah Marsh, let's see, Ro, I'm apologize to butcher the name, but it's Ro Hofwig Magadi, a young lady from South Africa. And so congratulations to the day 1 winners. The day 2 winners, Phyllis Robinson, Susanna Koto, Shonda Piper, Kaval Farrell, and Tanya Bowie. And then you're probably wondering, what exactly do they win? Well, they've won a cash prize. So we're excited. You guys have 3 more chances to win. 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m. was when the clues are going to drop. 5 o'clock, that's when you go and you put your word of the day. So yesterday's word of the day was medication. Day 2 was toxins. Toxins. Some of you all were quite close. Someone said yellow dye 5 or something like that. Artificial sweeteners, all in the family, but it was toxins was the word of the day. And so that's all that we have. We'll after the training, we'll transition into VIP. Remember, VIPers, get your questions ready as the session is going on. You're gonna raise your virtual hand found in the reactions button, and then you're gonna have your name. And where you're from, and then 1 question only. Okay. Thank you all so very much. And again, we are participating with the Word of the Day challenge inside of our private community. Okay. Thank you all so much, and we'll look forward to tonight.
Y'all see, I can't keep still. Y'all see, I'm excited, y'all. Y'all ready? Are we ready? Okay, if we're ready, okay, I just want to know. I got to make sure y'all with me, okay? So if you're ready, just type, I'm ready, okay? Listen, I just need you to type, I'm ready. I just want to know who's ready, okay? You too, type, I'm ready. If you're ready, I just want to know who's ready. That's all I want to know, okay? Who is ready, y'all? Who is ready? Okay, VIPs, you ready? Let me see. I'm pulling up the chat right now, okay? Are y'all ready? Okay, I see the readies. I see the ready. I see ready in the front. I see you too. Y'all ready? Okay, I'm about to pull up these slides. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I see y'all. Okay, all right, I see it. Okay, let me go. It's showtime, baby. It's showtime. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Boom. All right. Okay, here we go. Y'all see that? Y'all see my slides, right? Welcome to day 2, y'all. Day 2. Okay, real talk. Okay, here it is. On the scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate day 1? Scale of 1 to 5. Put it in the chat. Scale of 1 to 5. How would you rate day 1? 5 being the top, okay? Scale, okay, somebody put 10. Come on, somebody. Okay? Scale of 1 to 5. YouTube, how would you rate day 1? I see the 5s. Okay, come on, 5s. Somebody said a 4. Okay, come on. Scale of 1 to 5. YouTube. Okay, here they go. We see the 5s coming. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, God is pleased. He's pleased. Very good. Okay, come on. Simone with the 10. All right, y'all, we off. Okay, Road to Optimal Health Challenge. Welcome to day 2. Day 1 was absolutely amazing. Okay, it was absolutely amazing. So let's go on. Let's get this party started now. Let's get this party started. Okay. Y'all remember when we had to do this homework, right? If you haven't done it, it's still time. You have to do a recap, like itemize, write down everything you ate for 24 hours before yesterday, right? So still do that. There's still time because you're going to need that tomorrow, okay? You're going to need that tomorrow, right? The people already been paid, okay, from yesterday. Coach Ro pay her debts now. Everybody got paid. They already know. So don't be sending me no emails telling me, Coach Ro, where my money at? I paid you already. Okay? You already got paid, y'all. Let's get right to it. 3 principles of optimal health. Yesterday we said, eat the food God made. That was yesterday. Okay? Y'all type in the chat. What's God's food? What's the food he made? Let's see. Little check on training. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. What is the food that God called food? Let me see. Meat, yep. Fish, yep. Veggies, fruits, okay. Here we go. Meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grain, legumes. Okay. That is the food that God made. Okay. That's the food he called food, right? We talked about the cell theory. We talked about all that, right? I said, when you understand how the body works, okay, there should be no more questions. Well, today, we're going to talk about, okay, eating it as close to its original form, right? We say, okay, if food is the foundation, right? We talked about that. Food is the foundation to achieving optimal health, right? You say, how do we optimize the cell, okay? This is day 2, by eating it as close to its original form. Okay, Coach Ro, what does that mean? That means, let me see if I can get you to understand. That means you will eat the orange versus drinking the orange juice, okay? Let me give you another example. That means don't overcook your vegetables, okay? Some of y'all grew up eating mushy greens, mushy cabbage, okay? If it's mushy, it has no nutritional value, right? So the vegetable should have a little crunch to it. Your string beans should have a little crunch, your carrots, your cabbage, your greens. Okay, I know Big Mama made them mushy. Okay, I promise you. I said if it's mushy, okay, little to no nutritional value. I just call it's just air pudding at that point. Okay, it's just air pudding. You ain't getting nothing from it. And the whole purpose of the vegetables is to get the nutrients, right? And so I'm gonna give you one more example. Because some of y'all just like to change stuff, right? I said you got to eat God's whole food. So some of y'all would rather do a smoothie than eat vegetables, okay? And so I said, well, is smoothie bad? No, it's not bad, right? But God's whole food is best, okay? You're going to get the most nutritional value by eating God's whole food. You're going to get the most health benefit by eating God's whole food. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all get me? Y'all understand that? Okay. So when I say eat it as close to its original form, I'm not talking about eat raw meat, you all. I'm not talking about raw meat, okay? We got to cook the meat, all right? I'm talking about vegetables, right? I'm talking about eating God's whole food. All right, I just want to make sure we're straight. Okay, let's get on these toxins now. Okay, right off the break, y'all probably said, Coach Brown, I don't do no toxins. Okay, Coach Rob, I ain't stupid now. I'm not gonna eat toxins. I know better. I'm not. I don't think I'm eating toxins. But I don't know. Let's see. Well, what do you categorize as toxins? Okay, this is what we're eating. Okay, how often? I don't know. How often do you think you're exposed to toxins in your food? Okay, they come in the form of artificial colors. Okay, we may have seen red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6. Okay, blue 1. Okay, artificial sweeteners. Okay, high fructose corn syrup, MSG, that's monosodium glutamate, nitrates and nitrites, lab-created ingredients, and natural flavors. Natural flavors, you all. We're going to talk about these things, okay? You say natural flavors, Coach. I don't think I eat that. Well, let's see. Artificial colors, red, 40. No, I think I eat real food. I don't know. Let's see. We gonna see what you eat, but let me share with you my journey. Okay, my journey with removing toxins, right? So when I think of oh man, there's no judgment, you all, okay? Like when you know better, you do better, right? So this whole day is not about pointing the finger. It's not about making anybody feel bad. It's about when you know better, you do better, okay? When you do better, you feel better. And watch this, y'all. When you feel better, you live better, right? And that's all we're trying to get to, all right? And so at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to unhear what you've heard, right? I need you to know that. You're not going to be able to unhear. So I'm just going to tell you my journey with removing toxins, okay? So let me stop sharing. I'm just going to share with y'all my journey, y'all. Let me stop sharing for a second so y'all can make everybody feel like, because there's some of y'all be thinking Coach Ro is just perfect. No, Coach Ro's not perfect, okay? I'm not. So let me share with you my journey. So I grew up the youngest of 8, okay? I had 5 brothers, 2 sisters. I grew up in Houston, Texas, you all. I grew up in Texas, okay? So, they said we ate everything from the rooter to the tutor, okay? Now, we didn't eat chitlins, though. We didn't do that. But, I'm talking about the pig, lots of pig, okay? Lots of pork. We just ate a lot of sugar, right? And my parents were actually chefs, okay? They were Italian chefs, but they weren't making Italian food, okay? We were doing smothered pork chops, fried chicken, smothered chicken, rice and gravy, cornbread, Kool-Aid, okay? Like, I don't remember really drinking water. You know what I'm saying? We just drink soda, Kool-Aid. My mother, so both of my parents, I'm just going to tell you this, both of my parents have since gone on to be with the Lord. They both died of lung cancer. They were both smokers. I've lost 3 brothers, okay? All from preventable stuff, right? I remember my mother would wake up and the first thing she would do every morning was smoke a cigarette and drink. When I was younger, it was a Pepsi, but as I got older, it went to Coke. So that was like, so my father was doing coffee. She was doing cigarettes and the Coke. He was doing cigarettes and coffee, right? Like my father could go outside and mow the yard, in 100-degree weather and come in and drink coffee, okay? And so I just remember these things, but everything was sugar though. So I remember this Hostess thrift store my father used to go to where you used to get this almost expired, Hostess cakes, whatever. So I used to get the chocolate zingers, okay, the honey buns, the ding dongs. Y'all remember that? Do they still sell those? I don't know. The apple pies, okay, the Suzy Q's, like all this, right? He used to bring it, he used to put it in the freezer outside. So I'm just saying, I remember this. This is how I used to eat. I used to do a honey bun. I remember in the summer, I used to do a honey bun in this Borders chocolate milk, probably like every day. Okay, every day, you all. This is how, I'm telling you how I used to eat. In high school, I used to eat a Snickers every day between second and third period. I have a visual right now of going, I remember the vending machine was right underneath the stairwell. Okay, before second and third period, I was stopping in that vending machine, getting the Snickers, and I would eat it before I walked into the my class for third period. So I'm saying every day, y'all. Was it just me? Okay, okay. Like this is how I ate. So I don't want anybody to think Coach Ro, this been you all. No, Coach Ro used to eat trash. Okay, McDonald's. Okay, Popeyes. Like Checkers. Like this is how I used to eat. Okay, so I go away to school. Right, come up on the East Coast. I met my husband in college. Right, and then we get married right out of college. Right, and that now I'm feeding. That's what I'm feeding that's what I'm feeding him. And then we have our first child, my son, who's 28 today. But I tell you, look, here I go. You're not eating this school food. I'm gonna make your lunch. Okay, you're not eating that. They don't know what that. I'm gonna make your lunch. But guess what I was putting in this lunch? Peanut butter and jelly, honey buns. Okay, Kool-Aid jammers, Capri Suns, Dunkin' sticks, those little pecan twirls, like all sugar. No water, no fruit. Okay. Well, if I did, it was a fruit cup, but it wasn't in juice. It was in that heavy syrup. Y'all know what I'm saying? This is how I fed him. So as a result, by the age of 7, my son had 5 cavities. 5, y'all. And I'm looking at him like, boy, what you been eating? He was eating everything I was putting in his lunch. Okay. But I had not connected the dots. He was eating everything I was putting in. So we continue on this thing, right? I'm still eating like this. Somebody say, keep going, Coach Ro. I'm still eating like this. And so you go, you fast forward, we have our second child, right? And then I have a little girl, right? At a very early age, she had eczema, right? As a toddler, had eczema. I mean, she would scratch so hard that she would like scratch the skin off. She would draw blood. It was mainly on her hands and on her thighs, okay? And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Clueless, okay? Somebody say, keep going, Coach Ro, keep going. We still eating this, right? Still eating, y'all. You fast forward, you go another 6 years or so. So now it's 2009, okay? And I'm pregnant with my 3rd child, right? I'm pregnant still, okay? Now, let me tell you this. I'm still eating trash, still going to McDonald's, still my husband used to he used to make these wings now, okay? These honey barbecue, this Parmesan and garlic, and it was another flavor, right? We was gonna cook. Now everybody know you can come to the Parks House, get a good meal, okay? A good meal. So he used to that little double little double basket, that Pro Daddy, that double fryer, boom, it'd be wings in here or some tater tots or some tilapia, okay, whatever. Like that's how we were eating. And so we're eating these things. I'm still eating trash, but I'm in the military, y'all. My physical fitness, okay, far as running and doing push-ups and sit-ups, I still had these, okay? I was doing better than most in my physical fitness, still eating trash, okay? So I'm thinking, what the problem is? I'm good, okay? I'm good, y'all. So we doing this thing now. I'm pregnant with my 3rd child. Okay. And some of y'all may know the story. So a friend of ours, okay, came by our house, y'all. I never forget. I was about 7.5 months pregnant, and she gave me this book. Okay, it was on a Sunday. I'll never forget because I still had on my church dress, right? My maternity dress. Gave us a book, and the name of the book was called "Eat This and Live" by Dr. Don Colbert. She said, "Ro, like y'all read this book." She said it changed our life, and I think it'll change your life too. Y'all, I read the book. Okay, me and my husband read the book. And it was as if somebody took the scales off of my eyes, right? I was like, for the first time, I realized I was killing my family, like literally killing my family with the food I was feeding them. And I said, okay, I got to change, right? I got to change. And I didn't know what was good, what was bad. So I asked my friend, I said, listen, I need your help. I said, we want to start over. Like we're not weaners, we're cutters. Okay. Some of y'all like to wean, we cut. Right? I'm like, I gotta stop the bleeding. Okay. So I said, okay, I need help. Can you tell me what's good, what's bad? Because everything was good to me, right? And some of y'all probably think, well, you can look it up, you can research, and I could have, right? But that would have taken time. I needed results quickly, right? I said, no, I'm stopping this right now. And I knew she knew. So I don't have time to be researching. I went to the person that knew. So she came by our house. My son actually recorded it. Now, y'all, this 2009, so, it's one of them big camcorders. He holding like this, okay? You got little things now. So he holding it, recorded the whole thing. When it was all said and done, I had 6 bags of groceries that we had to throw away, right? Because it was open stuff, and 9 bags of groceries I donated to the food pantry at the church, and we started over, y'all. You understand? We just started over. Anybody need a redo? Anybody need to start over? Huh? Does anybody need to start over? Okay, sometimes you just need a redo. You need a restart. We just started over, you all. Okay, and that was the beginning. I was pregnant with my 3rd child. She's 15 now. She'll be 16 in a couple of months. But I'm just telling you, we started over. And I had to learn how to read labels, okay? I had to do all these things. I had to go, and it took time. But guess what? Guess what? Here's the beauty. You don't have to take all that time, okay? I got the answers now, right? And that's why we're here, so I can share those things with you. And so my son, of course, no more cavities. We got those fillings, whatever. Never had another cavity again, okay? My daughter, the eczema went away. My baby that I eventually had never ate McDonald's, okay? She didn't do those things. We didn't have soda. I'm gonna tell you, this skin that people talk about today, y'all, I didn't have this skin as a young woman. I had, acne and stuff and blotches and all these things because I was eating trash, all this sugar. Do y'all hear me? Now my kids don't have acne. And some of y'all think, they're teenagers, it's hormones. No, it's food. It's food, you all. My son, you remember he was 12, okay, when I was pregnant with my third child. So we caught him right at this puberty. He never dealt with acne. I got 2 girls. They don't deal with acne. Guess what? They don't even deal with menstrual cramps. Do you hear me? Y'all hear me? So stop blaming hormones. It's not hormones, y'all. It's food. So my girls see now, especially my 15-year-old. She's, oh, mommy, my friends, their face. I said, yeah, look what they're eating. They're in the vending machine. Okay, my kids don't do vending machines. They don't do it. Okay, y'all getting all these microwavable dinners and all these things. They drinking soda and they eating Takis and all. No more Takis. Somebody type in the chat, no more Takis. Okay, please, somebody type. No more hot Cheetos. Okay, no more Doritos. No more soda. No more fruit punch. Okay, water. Do y'all hear me? Water. You want your babies to stop the cramps? Stop the sugar, okay? Some of y'all, the cramps can be so debilitating, y'all. I mean, come on. They're in pain. They can't even go to school. Did you hear Tiff? She said stuff was terrible. She couldn't even travel. This is some people's livelihood. It's some of your livelihood. It doesn't have to be. And I know what some of you thinking, but I've been having this all my life because you've been eating unhealthy all your life, okay? And my ladies, hot flashes, you don't have to have those either. I don't care nothing about your perimenopause. I don't care nothing about it. I'm 54 years old. I promise you, if I eat a lot of sugar, I'm going to be flashing too. You hear me? Okay, everybody tell me, I know it's the perimenopause or whatever, but you eating pineapple all the time. Okay, well, stop it. Stop it. Y'all, so listen, when you change what you put in your body changes. Do y'all hear me? When you change what you put in your body changes. I need y'all to believe that. Okay, I need you to walk in that. Okay, forget about everything you thought you knew. Don't fight me. Okay, embrace what I'm saying. Embrace it, you all. Okay, so this is my journey. Okay, so I don't need anybody to say, Coach Ro, no, I had to change too. God is no respecter of persons. Okay, if he did it for me and all these hundreds of thousands of other people, he can surely do it for you. I need you to know that. Okay, is anybody encouraged today? Huh? Is anybody encouraged today? YouTube, are you encouraged? I need y'all to be encouraged. You're in the right place. Okay, the time is now. Okay, let me get back to these slides. Okay, hold on. Woo! Ooh. Let me pull y'all back over here. Okay, here we go, y'all. That's my journey. Okay, so I need y'all to be encouraged. Okay. So here we go. Let's talk about these toxins. These toxins that y'all say y'all don't eat. Okay? These toxins that you say you do not eat. Okay? Let's talk about these artificial colors. Okay? Red 40, blue 1, yellow 5, yellow 6. And you probably be like, I don't think I do that, Coach Ro. I think I would know if I mean some artificial colors. I don't think I really do that. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Do you do these, huh? Do you do these, huh? This is when we give our babies kids cuisine, the instant grits, Chips Ahoy, okay, goldfish. We get them to the babies, okay? We just be, oh boy, we do it. We do a number on our babies. I mean, the babies are pee in the potty. We give them goldfish, okay? Pop-Tarts, Nerds been around a long time, y'all. Been around a long time. I remember them when I was a kid. Fruity Pebbles, M&Ms, okay? The plain and the peanut, that go the flaming hot Cheetos, the Fanta. That Fanta used to be good, and I used to like that Fanta grape. Y'all remember that? It ain't no good, though. LaTanya know what I'm talking about, okay? It ain't no good, y'all. The Fruity Cheerios, the Skittles, the Fruit Roll-Ups. These are the things we put in the baby's lunches, y'all. We are setting them up for an early adulthood of disease, right? So this is what you don't know, right? Artificial colors are linked to cancer, y'all. Did y'all know that? It's linked to cancer and ADHD in kids. Huh? Did you hear Tiff? She was saying when she used to get her son, it was artificial colors. He bouncing around in class, okay? And I know the boy, he's an introvert. But all that was food induced. She was giving him whatever he asked for. That's what some of y'all do. Just whatever they ask for, you give them. No, God called you to be the parent. Okay, people say, well, Coach, how you get your child to eat that? I told him to eat it. I'm the parent. They don't buy no food here. Okay, most people I know, you buy the food. You are the nutritional gatekeeper of your home. Okay, you are the nutritional gatekeeper of your home. So you buy the food. Okay, so listen. If they don't want to eat it, guess what? They can fast. That's what they can do. So we got to stop caving in to their wants. Because I promise you, if there are people on the street, think of it like this, and they're homeless, okay, and they have not eaten in days, and you bring them some Brussels sprouts, I promise you, they gonna eat it. Do y'all hear me? I promise you, they gonna eat it. They have not eaten in 3 days. Like, you give them some asparagus, they gonna eat it. And sometimes that's what we have to do to our kids, but we just cave in, right? And you're setting them up for an early adulthood of disease. And some people say, oh, Coach, they're just kids. Let them be kids. You know what I say? Let them live. Let them live, y'all. Stop. God called you to be the parent, okay? Artificial sweetener. Now, y'all be like, don't do it. Don't do it, Coach. Oh, no, I don't do it. Not, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do this, okay? You do zero sugar, okay? This Coke Zeros, these diet. Anytime I see diet anything, I already know it has artificial sugar in it, y'all. I already know, okay? Anytime I see sugar-free, that should be sirens going on in your head. Sugar-free, ding, 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 ding. It has artificial sugar. You know why? You know why they can say that? Because the FDA says if it's, they can call it sugar-free if it has artificial sugar. They can deem it sugar-free. They can says if it's 0 calories, no calories, things like that. That's what the FDA said. But think about this. Let me just bring you in on something. Y'all hear me? Okay, because I want to say this too loud. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Look. Why do they have food and drug administration together? Why? Has anybody ever thought about that? Why are they in bed together? Food and drug. They should be arch enemies. Why? It's just one hand scratching the other. Do y'all understand? Food and drug administration. Why is that? You know why? So they can say 0 sugar and give you artificial sugar. Y'all hear me? So here, let me tell you, because y'all probably don't know what some of this is. I'm going to give you the commercial name, and then I'm going to give you the scientific name. So you may have seen Splenda. Anybody seen Splenda? Anybody know what that is? YouTube, y'all know what Splenda is? Okay. That's the commercial name. Okay. The scientific name is sucralose. You've seen that too? Y'all seen that? Because you can get a big bag of sucralose at the store. You can get a big bag of sucralose. You can get a big bag of Splenda. Y'all, those are artificial sweeteners, though. Linked to cancer. Okay? Linked to cancer. Let me give you another one. Okay? Have you seen this? Maybe when you go out to eat sometime, because some of y'all go out to eat, not all of y'all, but some of y'all do. Okay? What about Sweet and Low? Anybody seen Sweet and Low? They be in the little jars that's sitting there on, on the table. They'll have white sugar and they have Sweet and Low, right? And then they have equal sometimes, right? And some of y'all be like, well, I ain't gonna get the white sugar. I'm gonna get Sweet and Low, thinking y'all doing something, okay? Sweet and Low is the commercial name. The scientific name is saccharin, artificial sweetener linked to cancer. Do y'all hear me? People diabetic, they be like, oh no, my stuff, I got 0 sugar, okay? Diabetics. No, you're getting the artificial sugar, y'all, okay? Let's see, do you understand? Getting the artificial sugar, getting some real cancer is what you're getting, okay? Here's another one. Equal. Okay, yeah, I see that at the stores. Here's the scientific name. Aspartame. Aspartame, y'all. And this is the doozy right here. This is how we really be falling for the okie doke. Most of the time you see aspartame in gum. What are my gum chewers? Anybody gum chewer in here? Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, come on. The enemy, you can't stop this enemy, okay? We have any gum chewers in here? Do I have a gum chewer in VIP? Do I have a one? Anybody? Okay, Charlene, okay, go grab it. I need y'all to grab the pack of gum. Who can grab a pack of gum for me right now? Who can do it? Somebody got some gum. Okay, you, Gloria, grab it and go ahead and unmute. Unmute for me. Y'all unmute Gloria. Gloria got some gum. She got some Trident too. That's when they be talking about doctor, dentist, recommend, whatever. Can we unmute Gloria? Can we unmute Gloria?
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there we go. Come on, Gloria.
Okay.
Y'all spotlight Gloria.
Try it.
Okay. Okay, can you read the ingredients for me, Gloria?
If I can say it, what is that? Sorbitol,
Uh-huh.
gum-based xylitol,
Mhm.
glycerin, natural and artificial flavor. It looks like menthol. Oh my gosh, what is this? Something else syrup, less than 2% of, oh gosh, I can't say this. I'm chewing stuff I can't even read. Oh my gosh. And something to maintain BHT to maintain freshness. Red 40.
Whoop, whoop. Oh.
Yeah. Soy lecithin.
Mm-hmm.
Sucralose.
Hey, there we go right there, baby. Stop it right there. Stop it
Sucralose.
right there.
Yep.
Sucralose, okay?
Yep.
So this one doesn't have aspartame. So I saw somebody said aspartame is in their extra gum, but it has sucralose and it has red 40.
Yep.
Do y'all hear me? So you got
Yep.
artificial sugar and artificial color. That's a double whammy. Do y'all understand me? So let me tell you how this plays out, right? So when I say we perish for lack of knowledge, so this is how this will play out. A person can be, I guess, in the world's eyes, pretty healthy. They can exercise, seem like they eat, decent, whatever. And then they get to maybe 40, 45, and boom, all of a sudden they got cancer. And they be like, see, Coach Ro, it doesn't even matter what you do. This person was healthy. But see, nobody knew that they was chewing gum for 30 years. You see? Nobody, then some of y'all doing 3-4 sticks a day. Okay, nobody's paying attention to that. Nobody's paying attention to the laundry detergent that you're using. Okay, they got all these toxic ingredients in it. Okay, nobody's paying attention to these things. So this gum, you all, if you're chewing gum, listen to me, unless you got it from a health food store, you got to flip that thing around and read the label. I don't believe nothing they say on the cover. I don't care. It can say harvest, grain, multi-grain, all natural. Don't believe nothing. Flip that thing around, y'all. Flip it around. That's it, okay? We gotta, that has to be the practice. Flip it around. So nobody should be chewing gum. You say, well, Coach Ro, well, how can I get my breath smelling good? Stop eating trash. Stop eating trash, y'all. It's garbage in, garbage out. Okay? Do you understand me? I'm gonna tell you one of the best compliments I got from my daughter, my 15-year-old. Okay, and she probably gave me this maybe when she was about 12. I know these kids. Okay, they ain't got no cut card. They say whatever. When they think about it, it comes out. And she said, "Mommy, Mommy, your breath never stinks." I said, "Oh, tell me more." What you mean? She said, "Your breath never stinks." I said, "Come on, it was a testament." Okay, and I'm not a perfect eater, okay, but these things I do not eat, you all, okay, and I practice good oral hygiene, okay, and I scrape my tongue. Some of y'all, you better invest in a tongue scraper. It's a lot of debris and stuff. Brushing it with with your toothbrush ain't enough. You got to get a tongue scraper. I promise you, the first time you use it, it's gonna gross you out, okay? You listen, brush your teeth twice a day. Use the tongue scraper, get rid of this sugar, okay? Get rid of these trashes, artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, and your breath could be smelling sweet too. You don't need the gum. You don't need the mint. You don't need these things, okay? I promise you. I don't use them, y'all. I do not use them, right? So I'm just saying, this right here, this Fanta, the Zero, Diet Coke, and all these things, no good, no good, no good. So we just falling for the okie doke. Look at that, artificial sweetener. Look at this, no sugar added, sliced peaches. You see that? That's what the diabetic could go for. But look at that. Look on the back of it. Sucralose. Y'all see that? Sucralose. You see how we perish for lack of knowledge. I promise you, I'll be in the grocery store and I see these elderly people getting this stuff. I'm like, no. And I know what they're thinking. It's sugar-free. But they have no idea that it has artificial sugar. They have no idea that it's making your A1C higher. Okay, and they're like, I don't understand. I'm trying to get off the metformin and I'm trying to get off the insulin, but my numbers are going higher because they're eating this, right? Okay, you say, okay, Coach Ro, you tell me to eat salads, I'm gonna eat some salads. I'm just gonna put some craisins on it. That's okay, right, Coach Ro? It's 50% less sugar, right? But you flip that thing around, and what you got? Sucralose, y'all. You gotta flip it around. How many people put craisins on this salad? Anybody? We got any craisin users up in here? Okay, come on, tell the truth. Shame the devil. Okay, y'all see that? Sucralose. You see? Oh man. Oh, that stuff just upsets me because they use all these, like they hire these marketing folks, right, to just fool us with all these words, and we believe it. I don't believe anything. People hit me up in my DM all the time. Coach Ro, what you think about this? What you think? And they'll send me a screenshot of something, the front of it. I say, send me a screenshot of the back, okay? And I want to see the ingredients label. See, some of y'all be up here on the nutrition label, okay? Y'all be looking at the fat and the calories and all that. I'm not looking at that. I can outrun some fat, okay? I can burn some calories. I can't burn cancer. I want to see the ingredients label. That's what the devil is really in the details, you are. I'm down here, okay? Y'all up here. No. Send me a picture of the ingredients. I want to know what's in it, okay? I want to know. I don't care about no calories. I ain't counting no calories, okay? I ain't doing that, right? High fructose corn syrup. Real talk, high fructose corn syrup is probably one of the biggest contributors to type 2 diabetes today. It's in so many things, you all. It's in so many things. And you probably like, I don't do that, Coach Ron. I'm going to tell you, you do. Okay. Yes, you do. Okay. Come on. Here it is. Still the Diet Cokes. Look at the Fanta, the Activa, right? All these things. High fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, you all. And not only does it affect your blood sugar, right? It also affects your liver. This is what people don't know, right? So y'all ever heard of cirrhosis of the liver? Anybody ever heard of that? Cirrhosis of the liver. Well, high fructose corn syrup, right? When you're taking a lot of sugar, right? You can have non-alcoholic induced cirrhosis of the liver, okay? All right. So you can also have fatty liver disease, right? So I'm gonna tell you, I have this story real quick, right? Breaks my heart every time I think about it. But so I told you I'm the baby of 8. Okay. I've since lost 3 brothers, right? So it's only 5 of us left, and both of my parents are gone. But I will tell you, this was maybe about 10, 12 years ago. I just noticed I'm helping people all over the world at this point, right? But I wasn't helping my family. So I called my sister. I said, Missy, I need you to get people to the house. I just want to come home and like do a health seminar. She's like, baby, ain't nobody about to listen to you. Ain't nobody, but I'm just the baby. Okay. They don't listen. I'm out here helping everybody, but I'm at home. I'm just Ro. Okay. I'm the baby. I don't know no better. Okay. I said, well, do what you got to do. Get them to the house. I said, don't tell them, just trick them, do whatever. Get them to, I'm coming. I was convicted. I said, I need to help my family. Y'all, I get there. And one of my cousins, right, he had already had one of his legs amputated. He was a type 2 diabetic. He'd already had one leg amputated. And I remember telling him, just say his name was John. That's not his name. Just say John. And I remember saying, I said, John, listen, I can help you. Okay. You don't have to get the other leg amputated. Like, we can turn this thing around. Okay. And I remember him telling me, he was telling me all the medication he was on. He said, I'm also taking this medication for my liver. I was like, ain't nothing wrong with my liver. I don't even know why I'm taking this. So he had no idea that it was affecting his liver, right? He had cirrhosis of the liver, right? And so I said, no, I can help you. I said, listen, when I go back home, I'm going to connect with you and I'm going to, tell you how to eat, whatever. I'm going to coach you up and we're going to turn this thing around. He said, okay, cuz I got it. Okay. Y'all, I come back home. I'm calling him, calling, just blowing up his phone. He's not returning any of my calls. I'm like, so everything okay? I'm calling. I called for about 2 weeks. Finally, my husband was like, Ro, he don't want it. I said, no, man, he already had a leg amputated. Like, I can help him. He's like, Ro, you can't want it more than he wants it, right? And I'm thinking to myself, this is crazy. You already got one leg amputated. I'm telling you, I can help you. I'm telling you, you don't have to have this life. We can turn this thing around. I'm telling you. and he would not return my call. My husband said, just leave him alone, bro. Like, because I was badgering him at that point, just blowing up his phone. So I left it alone, y'all. It was nothing I can do. He's in Texas. I'm in Maryland, right? I said, okay. I left it alone. And I'm sure this was made about 12 years ago, but I was like, I didn't like it, but I was like, what can I do? So I left it alone. And I promise you, it was less than a year. Less than a year, my sister called me back and told me that my cousin died from complications of diabetes. That messed me up. That messed me up because I'm like, he was right there. Like, you understand? He was right there. He just had to make a phone. He just had to answer my call. And today, I don't understand. Like right now, I'm like, why wouldn't he answer my call? I know he didn't want to die. I don't understand. I don't understand the person that has help right there and you won't take it. I don't understand. For me, if I'm looking to do a thing and somebody I know is doing the thing, I'm going to them so they can help me do the thing. So I to this day, I don't understand, because I'm thinking he did not have to die. Do y'all understand me? Nobody has to die a premature death. Right? That's why I say, when you know better, you do better, y'all. When you do better, you feel better. And when you feel better, you live better. Does anybody want to live better? Who wants to get off the medication? Right? Who wants to live a life more abundantly? Who wants to sleep through the night without waking up? Who wants to get rid of the body pain and the back pain and the bum shoulders and the busted knees? You understand? Who wants to get rid of the hot flashes? Okay, if I have men here, who wants to get rid of their erectile dysfunction? Because I know y'all got it. That's sugar too. Do y'all hear me? I'm telling you, it's possible. It's not if it will work, it's just when. Y'all be talking about it would will it work for me? No, it's not if, you all. God's food is undefeated. Nobody has to die. Nobody has to die a premature death. Don't miss this, you all. Like, we're right here. We're right here. Don't miss it. Do not miss it. Look at this. High fructose corn syrup. Look at that. Raisin Bran Crunch, Teddy Grahams, Capri Suns, okay? Cool Whip, Wheat Thins, whole grain Wheat Thins, okay? 100% whole grain Wheat Thins got high fructose corn syrup. Don't believe nothing. Flip it around. Miracle Whip. That's all I grew up on. Wasn't nobody eat no mayonnaise. Hellman's mayonnaise. Don't you do that. You better give me some Miracle Whip. Wasn't nobody eating that. Okay. Mountain Dew. Hershey syrup. Okay. Yo Play Light. Ketchup. And here's the thing. Some of y'all probably think, well, shoes. Everything got it. No. Some of the same brands, you'll have, I'll just give you this, like Heinz ketchup. Regular Heinz ketchup has high fructose corn syrup. Simply Heinz does not. You have to become a label reader. They'll have the same brand, but different ingredients. Okay? You have to flip it around and read the labels. Don't be fooled by this. Okay? So I don't need anybody to think, oh, I can't have ketchup. Oh, I can't have jelly. No. You have to get the one. Smucker's regular jelly, grape jelly, high fructose corn syrup. Smucker's all natural jelly, no high fructose corn syrup. You got to flip it around, y'all. Okay? You got to flip it around. Monosodium glutamate. Okay? MSG. I'm going to tell you one thing right now, that if you flip it around, the only ingredient is MSG, y'all. Accent. My God. Y'all know that seasoning accent? That's what our grandmas use, okay? It's one ingredient in there, and that's MSG. Y'all, this affects your central nervous system. Some people are dealing with migraine headaches right now because of this, Okay, it's in a lot of Chinese food. Okay, I'm gonna tell you where it really is right here. I'm about to hurt y'all. Okay, I'm gonna hurt y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, what my ranch lovers? Okay, Hidden Valley Ranch, Campbell's chicken noodle soup, Doritos, Goldfish. We get that to the babies. Pop Tarts, Ruffles. Okay, Chex Mix, Stove Top. This is what we give to our babies. Okay, with Ora-Ida, Lego My Ego. Swanson, okay, Healthy Choice, Budget Gourmet, Mrs. Smith, y'all, MSG. Okay, is this in anybody's house right now? Y'all got any of this stuff in the house? Anybody? It's in the freezer. Okay, I already know. Y'all have to flip these things around. Stop believing what's on the front. This is why we're sick. So stop saying, I eat healthy, Coach. No, you don't. Because healthy eating doesn't promote disease, okay? What you can say is, as far as you knew healthy to be, you ate healthy. But now that you know, you didn't know too much, okay? You did not know too much, which is why you feel the way you feel. Why you don't have the energy. Why you dealing with whatever you're dealing with, whether it's the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the high cholesterol, the obesity, okay, the hot flashes, the migraine headaches, the arthritis, okay, the sleepless nights. It's because of what you put in your body. I promise you. I promise you all. Here you go. Nitrates and nitrites. What's the problem with these, Coach Ro? Okay, so you'll probably see it listed as sodium nitrate or sodium nitrite. Okay, and you know where you find these? In deli meats. Okay, deli meats. So I'm talking about your hot dogs, your bacon, your sausages, right? Okay. You say, why do they use this, Coach Ro? It's a preservative, you all. It's a preservative, and here's a little trick. If you out there buying lunch meat, you know, like turkey breasts and things like that, salami. I grew up on some salami now, like all this stuff, right? Never liked bologna, but y'all know what I'm saying, like these deli meats, right? And even the sausages and the bacon, it's usually either the last ingredient or the second to the last ingredient. You'll see sodium nitrate or sodium nitrite if it has it, okay? So let me tell you the harm in this. The sodium nitrate, okay, mixes with the stomach acids, the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, and it forms what they call a nitrosamine. What is that, Coach Ro? That's a carcinogen, which is a cancer-causing agent. So you see? So this, too, is linked to cancer, right? But they have different brands. You have Oscar Mayer. You look on the back, sodium nitrate, no sodium nitrite. It could be Oscar Mayer will have some also that says no sodium nitrate, no sodium nitrite, right? You just have to read, you all. You have to read. So the same brands, they can have two different things. Don't make any assumptions. Don't make any assumption. But this right here, this is what I'm saying. People have no idea what they're consuming. We're just consuming it blindly, okay? Have no idea that we're taking in toxins and the harm that it's doing to our bodies, okay? Let's talk about some America's fast foods, okay? Fast food favorites. Y'all ready for this? Y'all want to know what y'all taking in? Okay, brace yourself. Y'all ready? Y'all sitting down. Okay. All right, here we go. Come on. The Lord's chicken. Come on. Y'all be in the line. Okay, y'all get this for your grandbabies. Okay, look at this, y'all. This Chick-fil-A sandwich. Y'all see it? I got it highlighted. Monosodium glutamate. Do y'all see that? It's in the bread and it's in the breading of the chicken and the chicken. Monosodium glutamate. This is why the people be having the headaches, okay? This is why they be having the headaches. And then you come on down, right? And then you see the yellow 5 and the blue 1. Y'all see that? That's in a pickle, y'all. Now tell me this. What is a pickle? Somebody tell me what a pickle is. Type it in the chat. What is a pickle? What is a pickle, y'all? Well, when we get pickle, okay, cucumbers, okay, cucumbers, right? What color is the inside of a cucumber? What color is the inside of a cucumber, y'all? It's white. So why is the pickle green? Why do we have green pickles, huh? You know why? Because yellow and blue makes green, huh? Y'all see that? It's right there. Yellow 5 and blue 1. It's the pickle. Because yellow and blue makes green. So they get us on the MSG and they getting us on the artificial colors. And then, and it ain't over, okay? Let me tell you what else they getting us on. This sodium. This number 1 right here, this chicken sandwich where you got the bread, the bun, okay? The bun, the pickle, and the chicken, okay? That's all you got. This right here is over 1,400 milligrams of sodium. Y'all, you only get 2,300 milligrams in a day. This right here, this before you eat one fry, it's over 1,400 milligrams of sodium. And this where y'all go, okay? But y'all don't even know it's salty. Why? Because your taste bud's dead. You don't even know. But once you cleanse your palate and you go back, you be like, oh no, this is salty. This is salty. So y'all be okay. Well, that's why, Coach Roy, I get the salads, huh? What my salad eat? Okay, what y'all do? The Cobb? Y'all do the market? Come on, tell the truth, okay? Which one y'all do? Y'all do the Cobb or the market salad? Which one y'all do? Because y'all do one of them. Okay, go ahead, Kim. Okay, Kim say the Cobb. Okay, we got a Cobb. Come on, Cobb fans. Angela say I got the market salad. Okay. I got a little Southwest. Okay, let me tell y'all this. You say, I don't mess with these right here because I know better, Coach Roy. That's why I go there and I do a salad. Bam. Okay, let me tell you this. That Cobb salad with that little chicken got over 2,200 milligrams of sodium. My God. Huh? Come on, my Cobb people. Okay? You said, well, that's right. That's why I do the market, Coach Rowe. I don't even fool around with that Cobb because when I know Cobb and they got the bacon, I already knew that was bad, okay? I do the market. But let me tell you about this market, okay? This market salad got over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Huh? So basically, when you go in there, you're losing. Yeah, okay, it's nothing there. You maybe can you just go there and get some water. Just go there and get some water. You losing if you're getting anything out of there, y'all. Maybe the kale salad, maybe. Okay, you are losing. Every time I get the grilled nuggets, don't even go there. Y'all hear me? Don't go there. Don't take your kids there. Don't take your grandbabies there, cause y'all think, come on, these grandmas, y'all think y'all doing something. I'm gonna take them to get some Chick-fil-A. And y'all thinking this a good thing because what Coach Roy, they gotta be good. They closed on Sundays, huh? It's a trick of the enemy, y'all. Don't be fooled by that. Don't nobody care nothing about them being closed on Sundays, okay? John 10:10, he comes to steal, kill, and destroy, y'all. And this is destroying us. This is destroying our communities. Y'all hear me? Because we think this is healthy, and it is not. It is not, y'all. I promise you it's not. I think we should know better, okay? I mean, who's still going to McDonald's? I tell you, a lot of people. Every time I go by McDonald's, the line is just as long, okay? There's be a line in the drive-thru. I'm like, in 2025, we still eating McDonald's. The people still eating McDonald's, y'all. Y'all know, back in the day, we drop a fry underneath the car seat, okay? And that fry would be down there for about 2 years, okay? And you pick that bad boy up and it's still a fry. Y'all know that. Y'all know that, and we still eat McDonald's. Y'all, this is no good. What they got? High fructose corn syrup, caramel color. Got canola oil in the fries, okay? That's inflammatory oil, soybean oil, hydrogenated soybean oil, natural flavors. Y'all want to know what these natural flavors are? Let me let y'all in a little secret. Now, natural flavors can be anything, okay? Natural flavors you can get from fruit, okay? Natural flavors you can get from vegetables, okay? But let me tell you where else you can get natural flavors from. The anal glands of a beaver. Ugh. Did y'all hear me? The anal glands of a beaver. So you know what I call it? Beaver butt juice. Oh my God. Beaver butt juice, y'all. Natural flavor. Look it up. Look it up. Somebody Googling it right now, I'm sure. Okay, Coach Roy ain't telling no lies, okay? It can come from fruit. It can come from vegetables, but it can also come from the anal glands of a beaver. They just take anything and put it together. These lab-created ingredients, you all. Do you hear me? That's what I'm saying. Eat the food that God called food, and you don't have to worry about being sick. But you keep eating these lab-created ingredients, and we're sick. We don't know what we're eating. The young lady, she couldn't even read the ingredients on the gum. We just taking in stuff. Have no idea, and then we wonder why we're sick. We wonder why we don't have energy. We wonder why we're breaking out. We wonder why we can't sleep at night. We wonder why we got to take medication. We wonder why. We wonder why we keep gaining weight. Huh? Because we're not eating God's food. We're eating lab-created ingredients, okay? Lab-created ingredients. Come on, y'all. Doritos. Now, I'll tell you, okay, when I was eating the Doritos, okay, and putting them in my son's lunch, okay, we was on the Cool Ranch. That was my Dorito of choice. Okay, the Cool Ranch, y'all. But look at that. Look at these ingredients though. Corn, vegetable oil. okay, canola oil, maltodextrin, salt, cheddar cheese, cheese cultures, monosodium glutamate. Y'all see that? MSG in Doritos. Do we see it? Natural and artificial flavor. You know the revelation God gave me? He said, why would you want to put something artificial in a real body? That's what he got. Artificial. Why would I want to put artificial flavor in it? I'm real. Okay, I'm real, y'all. We don't have to do this. Look at this. Yellow 6, yellow 5, red 40. This is the Doritos. People eat these every day. And we wonder why we're sick. Yeah, is it? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all connecting the dots? Do y'all see why we're not doing well? Do you see how we just keep sowing into this flesh, unbeknownst to us, have no idea? You see how we perish for lack of knowledge? You see how information can change a situation? I'm giving you information today. This information is saving lives. It's the same information, y'all, that's saving lives all across the world. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. You say, okay, Coach Ro, well, if I can't have the Doritos, what can I eat? Can I eat chips? Can I eat any chips? There's something out there you can eat. Here's something. Here's an alternative. What about Siete? Grain-free tortilla chips. It's got a few ingredients: cassava flour, avocado oil, coconut flour, chia seeds, sea salt, citric acid, and lime oil. It's better than Doritos. You say, well, I don't know if that's in my grocery stores, Coach Ro. Like Siete, is that? Okay, well, I'll tell you what it is in your grocery store. Okay, Lay's. Just some plain old Lay's. You can get that. Huh? Just potatoes, vegetable oil, or something. Now, it's not the best oil. That's still an inflammatory oil, but that's better than the Doritos, okay? You could be at the gas station, okay, and pumping the gas and going to Little Martin and get some Lay's. Do y'all hear me? That's going to be better. That's going to be better than Takis, okay? Give your baby some Lay's. How about that? They're going to turn their nose up. It's better than Takis, okay? So these are alternatives. So I don't want anybody to think that Coach Roy is saying you can never have nothing ever. I'm saying if you're sick, you don't need that right now. If you don't feel well, if you don't have energy, what you need is God's food, okay? Coach Roy ain't perfect. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I'm not sitting around eating nuts, berries, and twigs all day. I like burgers and fries too. I like milkshakes. I like cookies. I like ice cream. I like cake. I like all those things. So I don't want anybody to think, Coach Roy, you different. You don't eat that. Yes, I do. I like it too. I avoid this high fructose corn syrup, these artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, okay? Y'all hear me? So don't be up there trying to put me on no pet. No, I'm not. I like it too. I like chocolate too, okay? I listen, Snickers is still the best candy bar ever, okay? And if anybody disagree, you don't know your candy bars. I'm a candy bar connoisseur, okay? And Snicker, okay, is the best candy bar ever. I still believe that today. I just don't eat them like that, right? As a matter of fact, for total transparency, for Valentine's Day, my husband, he used to give me like this big bag of miniature Snickers, right? Like every year for Valentine's Day, y'all. I used to go through that for real back in the day in about 2 days, okay? Listen, when we in June, I still have the bag, okay? He gave it to me for Valentine's Day. He said, Ro, do you eat them? I said, yeah, I probably eat one a week. One a week, maybe. I don't eat them like that anymore. The little miniature things, I do not. I know better. Okay, that's not helping me to thrive, okay? Even though I love it, okay? But guess what? You got to have a governor, okay? You got to have a governor, y'all. You got to be able to beat this body into subjection, okay? I'm just saying. Come on, Oreos. Where my Oreo fan at? Where my Oreo fan, okay? You little dipping in a little milk, okay? Listen, I know it. Look at this. Unbleached, enriched flour, okay? Palm oil, canola oil, high fructose corn syrup. Okay, artificial flavors. Okay, listen, this ain't no cookie. This a chemical cookie. This a chemical cookie, y'all. Have y'all seen the reel where they put torch to it and it don't do nothing? It don't even affect the cookie. They put a whole fire to the cookie and nothing. It's just chemicals. It may explode. This is a chemical cookie, and this is what we're eating. This is what we're eating, you all. You're not getting no nutritional. What you're getting from this is sickness. This is not health. This is sickness in a cookie is what this is. And we dip it in some milk. Okay, sickness, y'all. That's all this is. Okay. zero sugar. Okay. Well, okay. Why they say zero sugar? Why? Because it has aspartame, artificial sugar, and the FDA says if you have artificial sugar, you can say zero sugar. Do y'all see that? You see, if we don't know any better, or what else it has? Natural flavors, maybe a little artificial sugar with a little beaver butt juice on the side, huh? We gonna flavor it up with a little beaver butt juice. Drink up, huh? Can I have a little cup of beaver butt juice on ice? That's what we're doing. And we wonder why we feel the way we feel, y'all. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You say, okay, Coach, I want to give my kids some fruit snacks. Can they have fruit snacks? This is what we give them. These Welch's mixed fruit snacks. Okay, it says excellent source of vitamins A, C, and E. No preservatives, gluten-free, made with real fruit. They got fruit puree, corn syrup, sugar, modified corn starch. Okay, look at this. Oh my goodness. And then you look at the bottom where they got red 40 and blue 1. They said, no, we're not gonna give you no high fructose corn syrup, but we not gonna give you no artificial colors, sweetness, but we're gonna give you these artificial colors though. We're gonna give you these artificial colors, and this is what we get to the babies. I remember when my kids would be at children's church, whatever, this what they be giving to the little people. Yeah. I used to tell them, don't give my babies this stuff. My 15-year-old, I said, don't give her this. They said, well, okay, well, we don't want her not to have anything. I said, I'll bring a snack for her. Don't give my babies the fruit snacks. Don't give them Rice Krispie treats. Don't give them donuts. Right? That's what they give them in children's church, y'all. Or maybe I'm just speaking about my church, okay? I'm just saying, I remember, okay? Okay, oh, Stacey said my church. Okay, I know, that's what they give them. No, just setting them up for failure. Okay, the best alternative to fruit snacks, just give them real fruit. How about that? Give them God's food. Shout out to Tiffany. I remember, so people say, well, my babies won't eat this. Listen, your baby will eat whatever you give them. You have the opportunity to cultivate their palate. Shout out to Tiffany. I remember we were away at a retreat. Her baby was barely 1, and she was going to town on broccoli, raw broccoli, y'all. Raw broccoli. She barely had teeth, but she was eating the broccoli. Why? Because that's what her mother fed her. You see? So as far as she knows, it's good. It's good to her. You have an opportunity to cultivate their palate. You do. You got to strip it now, because some of y'all been on the Capri Sun, so you gotta reverse this thing, and they gonna holler a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna tell you what I told mine. At the time, I sat my kids down. Remember, I was pregnant with my third. I had a 12-year-old, and my daughter at the time was 5, maybe 6. I said, Mommy is killing you. Those were my words. Mommy is killing you. Unbeknownst to me, wasn't trying to, but we got to change. We can't eat these things anymore. Now, my son, he didn't care. He was like Mikey. As long as you feed him, he was good. Okay. Y'all remember that old commercial, Mikey? He's anything. I'm dating myself. Okay. My daughter gave me a little back talk. Okay. I handled it. Let's just put it like that. I said, girl, I'm trying to save your life. Literally, I am trying to save your life. I'm telling you, I was killing you. I can't do that anymore because I know better now. Okay, I cannot continue to give you these things, and I know it's creating eczema on your body. Somebody need to call CPS on me. Do y'all hear me? Somebody needs to call CPS on me if I continue to do that when I know what it's doing to your body. Okay? So I had to change. So I'm just saying, the best alternative, give them God's food. What is that? Meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grain, legumes. That's it. A lot of y'all be like, I said, you eat McDonald's. No, I don't do no McDonald's, but you let your kids eat it. I don't eat that, but you let your kids eat it. If it's no good for you, it's no good for them. I don't know if y'all listening to me. Just regular old fruit, y'all. Organic strawberries, blackberries, grapes, pineapples, watermelon. They'll tear it up. I'm telling you. It's still sweet, okay? But it's going to be better for them. Give them real food. No more lab-created ingredients. No more lab experiments, you all. No more. No more. Give them God's food. I promise you. The acne will clear up. The menstrual cramps will go away. This ADHD, okay? See, we want to get the kids Ritalin. We may just need to change what we feed them, okay? You're giving them sugar from the moment they wake up. They're getting sugar from the moment they wake up, and they're getting it all day. Yeah, they're going to be bouncing off the walls. How about giving some protein? Huh? How about giving water? How about that? How about giving some vegetables? And you say, I don't like that. Nobody cares what they like. We trusting a kid to make a decision for their life? Who cares what they like? You know what's best. And here's the thing. I always ask the parents, could you tell your parents what you were going to eat? What they, and they're like, no, I can tell my parents that. I'm like, then why you let your kids tell you that? Because I know I couldn't tell mine. I could not. Now, my mother would ask me, okay, when she's feeling generous, but I dare not say, Mommy, I'm not eating that. I wasn't going to say that, okay? I don't know about y'all, Mom. Wasn't going to say that, okay? So why do we allow our kids to do that? I don't know. But I want to share this with y'all real quick, y'all. Ashley, you there? Because there's somebody who used to tear up a Coke Zero now.
You already know.
Ashley, talk to the people, y'all. So Ashley said she was 30 years old, feeling 75. Okay, that's a big jump, y'all. Had foot pain, low energy, brain fog, and she was obese. Ashley, talk to the people, okay? What was life like for you before Coach Rowe?
Oh, before Coach Rowe, I was hitting those vending machines like my life depended on it. We're talking 6-pack Coke Zero on the Metro, Welch's grapefruit snacks, all the things, right? And just ingesting so much food in my body that were just snacks and bagels and cream cheese and all these things just because I wanted to. Not because I was hungry, but it was just a way of life. And so I know for myself, I needed to take myself to another level, and the Lord was leading me. And he said very plainly, he was like, there's something on the other side of this. And this was the releasing of old systems, old behaviors, old habits, old mindset. And so that is when, I had to submit. I had to humble myself and get with Coach Rowe.
So what was your that drink of choice?
Oh, the drink of choice was cherry Coke Zero. Okay. It's
Coke
cherry.
Zero.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
So let me ask you this, Ashley. Now, be honest, did you really think that was a healthy drink?
Yeah, of course, because it is a zero.
That's zero.
Absolutely. Because you go and you look at the Coke, you see how the sugar, and I'm like, I'm doing something. Like, that was my belief. Like, oh, I'm doing something. It's the zero. It has to be.
It has to be, y'all. They say it's Coke Zero, okay? 0 calories, 0 sugar. And yeah, that's just man. So you started losing the weight. Were you trying to lose weight before?
I was absolutely trying to, and I did not have that mental piece to match the actual discipline. And so that was an issue. And so it was a tug of war for me. And so there was when I made the commitment to start, and this is probably like 9 months before jumping into the rowboat, but like I went cold turkey. I didn't have time to talk about like I'm just going to have 3 a week. Like I didn't have time to do that. I said it's cold turkey, and and this is what I would do. And I don't this is just me. I won't recommend this. I would purposely go and walk by vending machines or in the grocery house, and so that I can look at the actual product and walk away, because I needed to be able to see that I had the power to walk away.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. And so when you gave up the Coke Zeros and those things, do you feel like the weight just start melting off?
Oh yeah, I definitely felt better. I felt there was and it was, again, it's the way it makes you full and all that. I just felt better. I just felt better.
No more brain fog.
Okay. Clear as a whistle.
Clear as a whistle. Y'all hear that? Clear as a whistle, y'all. Shout out to Ashley. She said this was the defining moment in my life. God told me there is something on the other side of this program that I want for you. It's important to note that I didn't think I would be able to release weight, I didn't think that would be my story. However, you must be mindful of the words you speak over your life. We just heard Tiff talk about that, you all. The program doesn't teach you about, hey, you're here to lose weight. This is about being disciplined, learning your body, educating yourself about food, and being in control of yourself. And that's why I don't do no meal plans, right? Meal plans don't break no generational curses, okay? It says through knowledge the just shall be delivered. It doesn't say through a meal plan, y'all, okay? Food is meant to nourish your body, okay? Eating the right things, of course, and to sustain you, right? But you got to have the right mindset. She said, I decided to follow God to arrest my thoughts, okay? Come on. Same thing Tiff talked about. And do what I thought was impossible. But guess what? By the grace of God, she said, I lost 52 pounds, okay? But guess what? I've been able to release more, 33 pounds, okay? So she's lost over 90 pounds, you all. It's a lifestyle. We don't do diets. It's a lifestyle, y'all. Anybody need a new lifestyle? Anybody? Anybody need to lose 50 pounds, 40 pounds, 100 pounds, okay? Come on. I remember she said she lost 10 inches off her waist. My God. 10 inches off her waist, y'all. That's huge, okay? Huge. So listen, real quick, we're going to talk about this homework, y'all. Remember, if you didn't do the homework, okay, like you still have time because you need that for tomorrow, right? Homework, okay? That was itemized, what you ate for the last 24 hours, okay? Now here's the homework for the night. I want you to memorize the cell theory. Y'all remember what that is? Cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up organ systems make up the organism. Memorize that. Matter of fact, do a little video and post it in the group, okay? Post it in the community. But here's the real thing. I need you to conduct a pantry audit. Huh? Go in that pantry. Flip those things around, okay? Go in there and video. I want to know. I want you to identify the high fructose corn syrup, the artificial colors, the artificial sweeteners, the MSG. Okay, go in the pantry, go in the freezer, go in the refrigerator. Come on, film that thing and post it in the community. If you got some 0-calorie snacks, okay, sugar-free, like all those things, do a little video. Okay, let's encourage one another. Flip that thing around, y'all. Okay, y'all gonna commit to do this? If y'all committing to do this thing, just type "I will" in the chat. If you are committing to do a pantry audit, the pantry, the refrigerator, the freezer, just type "I will" in the chat. YouTube, I will. I see the I wills. Okay, very good, y'all. And I need y'all to get ready for tomorrow. Okay, so now remember, tomorrow morning. Okay, my VIPs, we got the workout, okay? And then that mindset call, though, at 8 o'clock, everybody can do the mindset call, y'all. And you can get on the Zoom, everybody get on the Zoom, but we're going to stream it live on YouTube. All right, that's all I got, Ashley. Okay, we're going to transition.
We are going to transition, and yeah, we're going to transition just right into VIP. So get your hands up, VIPers, for your questions. So as a reminder, cameras on. We also want you to make sure that your name is labeled, like rename your name. If you came in as iPhone or iPad, just go ahead and rename your name. Right click with the 3 dots. It's hello, my name is, and your question, okay? And so it's just one question. Those that are on YouTube, you have an opportunity to upgrade to VIP. Please do so. And yeah, you guys can get in backstage with Coach Ro. Also, too, we're going to be dropping in 2 calendar links for you all, so you guys do not miss out on what's happening. So we're going to drop it in YouTube. We're going to drop it in the VIP chat. And we're going to make sure that you guys listen, we're in for the fun. So, all right. So the first one is Regina L. Ross. Regina's ready. Hi, Regina.
Come on.
Hello, I'm Regina Ross, living in the DMV area. Love this. Yeah, so just moved here last year. Coach Ro, I'm having like swelling around my ankles. And are you going to like talk about what is it like food wise that could be causing that? I do have hypertension. I've been on losartan since, I don't know, for several years.
Yeah, I can tell you what that is. That's sodium.
Okay.
So you're doing a lot of processed food. So
No.
Okay. Okay.
And I limit my salt intake because I know I have high blood pressure. So I like.
Then you're not drinking enough water.
Okay.
It's sodium though. I promise you it is.
Okay.
So it's either you're eating out, or what you're eating is processed, or I'm telling you, it's sodium. It's two things.
Sodium. Okay.
And it's it could be dehydration, right? So how
Okay.
much water are you drinking?
I drink several of these a day. I fill it up with hydrogenated. I have a hydrogen water bottle, so I use, the hydrogenated water, and I fill this up like maybe 6 times a day. So I do drink a lot of water, but I do urinate a lot at night because I get thirsty a lot at night. So I'm waking up 3 or 4 times at night, having to pee. Throughout the day is not as bad, but I'm drinking a lot of this. So
Yeah. So you taking a water pill?
it's losartan with HCTZ with the
Yeah. So how about your sugar intake?
that I've been like doing Coke Zero and all like ooh, but I've stopped the Coke Zero because it was making me cramp up. And so like but I do like Gatorade Zero. I do all these zeros thinking that I was, and then outside of that I add stevia like to my tea. But I was thinking I was doing
Yeah. So
okay.
here's the thing: what people don't know, right? Sugar affects blood pressure. So
Okay.
I'll tell you what I learned going through this thing with my husband, because people thought so. So when we first started, the name of the program when we first started was called diabetes demolition. That's what I called it at first, and then I realized, oh no, it's not just diabetes. It's everything, right? So I coined this phrase. I said, when you control your blood sugar, you control your whole life. Because what happens is when you peel back the onion, right, you go back to the root of most diseases, conditions, and illnesses. They stem from elevated blood sugar over time. You see? So that's why I'm like, so that's why I wear a continuous glucose meter, right? And so it's a conversation starter. People are like, how you coaching me? You diabetic? I am not. Okay, this is for awareness, right? So I know at any given time what my blood sugar is, but when you control your blood sugar, you control your whole life. So people, when I work with people, even I'm probably like even CC working with CC. I said, okay, you have blood pressure issues. I said, I need you to get a glucose meter, but I don't have no blood pressure. I said, don't worry about it. We gonna normalize your blood pressure by stabilizing this blood sugar.
Got it.
You see?
Wow.
You
Yeah,
see?
I didn't think that was related because
I know.
I'm not diabetic and I've never,
That's why you here, baby.
Okay.
Okay, that's why you here. That's what Coach Rowe is for. Okay, he tell me, I tell you.
Bless you.
Helping people all over the world. I'm telling you that people are operating off the limited information that they know. Coach Rowe just knows more.
Okay, and so where do you get those? What do you call that thing that you have, the patch?
So you don't have to have this. You can
Okay.
prick your finger. Okay, my husband still pricks his finger. I just choose not to prick. Okay, I just for this, and so this costs a little bit more. But can we drop the levels link in the chat? Ashley, somebody, can they grab that? If Mama Don, she may be able to grab it and drop it in the chat on YouTube, or you can just go over the counter, regular drugstore. They sell them at Walmart, just a regular glucose meter, right? Just to monitor your blood
glucose
sugar.
Meter. Got it. So it's salt and sugar that's causing the swelling. Okay.
That would be my guess, because this is what I know. Like, healthy eating doesn't promote disease. See? So clearly it's something wrong. So I call those like check engine lights. When you have swelling, that's a check engine light.
Yeah.
Right? Like in the car, when you see the light come on, that means something is wrong. Okay. And so people be like, no, but I'm eating healthy. I'm like, no.
Thank you. Bless you.
Welcome. Yep. Okay. Look at Claudia talking about, is agave good? Boy, the people gonna find a way to ask about sugar, boy. Is agave good? You sound like you're a sugar addict, Claudia. That sounds real sugar addicty to me. Because nobody asked me about broccoli. I'm sorry. Who got next?
We got Lori next. Is that correct?
Oh, Lori. Nobody. Claudia, I didn't mean to jump on you, Claudia. Okay, you don't have to apologize. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying nobody asked me about asparagus though. But they're gonna ask about this sugar.
Oh God, this has really been good for me. And my name is Darlene Lowry at Lowry Sample, and I'm from Rochester, New York. Right now, I'm currently on vacation, so I am trying my best to do my best to God in my country and to help other people at all times. I just wanted you to know that as we were traveling, I did have a mindset of yesterday. So I went and got strawberries and different things so that I can eat healthier on the road. But my question is, I don't know how to get in the community and I'm kind of, this may be a question for Ashley, but I do want to get into the community so that I can know what it is that's going on, how I can go about doing it. But I just thank you so much for this whole entire week. I'm going to be busy this week, but I am going to take the time to be on so that I can get everything that I can get out of it. And thank you so much.
Yes,
So I think, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ashley.
Oh, no, I'll just say, yes, Miss Lori, just go ahead and send me a personal DM with your email, and then let's take it from there. Okay?
Yeah.
In the chat. You can send
the
her
chat.
a message in the chat on the Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you so
Thanks.
much. All right. Next up, we have Natalie McCleary.
Hey, Natalie. Oh, she's still muted. Okay, there we go. Natalie.
Hi, my name is Natalie McCleary. I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
And my question, my daughter is away on camp, and I really don't want to cleanse until she gets back because I want us to do it together. I don't want it to be like smack in the face, done deal, everything's gone. And my question was, have you considered having like a kids challenge, more so for parents, but so the parents can bring their kids in to just see and talk and discuss? Because I feel like I really want to, I'm going to sit down with her anyway, and I'm going to do the "I'm killing you" phrase. But I want us to do it together. So I just wonder if you had considered doing like a kids challenge or something like that. Just throwing it out there, because I've written down like a whole thing of what I want to do with other kids now that I've had some of this conversation.
So this is I'm not saying that wouldn't work, but it's just been my belief. Like I just believe that you are the biggest influence in her life, right? And so Tiff talked about that. Like a lot of times we want to bring people, with us. I'm like, no, you go, right? You get the results, because what I know to be true is that when you change, the people around you change. And a lot of times we want to bring people with us and we do it together. And that doesn't always work, because if they stall, then it stalls you. Mm-hmm. But when you change, right, the people around you change, because then they see you serious. Because a lot of us, we started and stopped so many things that, a lot of times our kids don't believe us, our spouses don't believe us. Okay, what you doing now? Okay, how long are we doing? So no, sometimes you just gotta go it alone. I really believe that. And so where you're saying I want to do it with her, I think this is answered prayer that she's not there, because her being there, you doing it, that's gonna be pressure on you. And I'll be quiet. I don't know if you got the stamina to say no.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if you got the stamina. I'm just being honest with you. Okay. That's the reason why you want to kind of wait. Because no. Be bold. Take a step. When she come back and it's gone, what's she gonna do? She ain't got nothing to do but change. Right. But see, to do that means you got to change. You see? So long as we delaying this thing, guess what? We delaying this thing. Okay. So the answer is here. This is answered prayer, Natalie. She is away. Do you understand how God see nothing is by happenstance? She is away. You have no pressure, yet you have pressure. Right. Do you see? It's all, the ball is in your court. What you gonna do? You gonna shoot the shot?
It's shot. I already started yesterday.
Okay, then what we talking about then? What we talking about? No, she's away. God said, no, let me get her out of your hair. There's no pressure. Now clear this mess out. So if she comes back, and then you have to talk, no, mommy was killing you. Okay, tell her. I told my kids, I said, listen, they don't have to look far to look for examples. I said, listen, you got 3 uncles that are gone. You have no grandparents. I am saving your life. I told my kids, don't put your dukes up with me. I'm saving your life. Because as much as we think we're doing what they want, I promise you, this is what's going to happen. When you don't do it, you let them do what they do, and then they end up, getting sick or gaining weight or whatever. You know what they're going to say? Why didn't you take this from me? That's what they're going to do. You know they're going to do it. You were the parent. Why you let me do this? What you going to say then?
Right.
You're right. So God, he did you a favor. He got her out of the house. So you don't have that additional pressure Now, when she comes back, that thing should be gone. When she come back?
Friday.
Ooh, look at that. Perfect timing, God. Okay. Pantry audit tonight. Clear it out. Okay. And I know some of y'all in this same predicament. Clear it out. Okay. Let me tell you, I want to do it with the kids. No, you don't want to do nothing. No. Do nothing. I'm putting the pressure on you.
It's on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you too.
Who got next? Come on. They don't want to talk to me now. They probably put their hands down, Ashley. They don't want to talk to me.
We got Aubrielle Lawson. Hello.
Hello, Aubrielle.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, I am wonderful.
Okay, so I am the one who was on Instagram and I told you I wanted to start the program, but then I had a miscarriage. Do you remember? It was a while back, but that's okay.
Yeah, because
So
you know how many DMs I get, Aubrielle.
yeah, I understand. So I had 2 miscarriages back to back, and I'm only 30 years old. And so I'm like, what the heck is going on? And so I literally had to have a DNC because I had 5 hospital visits total for this miscarriage. And so one of my arms is pretty stiff. I had to get a lot of anesthesia and a lot of these things. And so now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I sometimes still have pain. My back still kind of hurts.
Okay,
I have a little bit of blood, thank God, that it's
okay,
not
watch
there.
this. Watch this,
Yes.
Aubrey. I'm just gonna. I know I jumped in here, so
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. What is your diet like? And when I say diet, I don't believe in diets, but I mean, what do you eat? Uh-oh, you muted. What happened?
Okay, thank you.
Go. Yeah, what do you tell me? What
Sorry,
you
I
eat?
just had my baby. So I wasn't eating good. Like we did start to cut back, and then I started to use the app that you had. So I went to the grocery store and I'm like scanning everything. I'm like, nope, I ain't getting that. Nope, I ain't getting. Like I started to buy a lot of healthier items. I started to give my kids more fruits and vegetables.
So now
you're
eating better now.
Right.
So before you were not.
Well, during the last one, I was. See what I'm saying? But I didn't immediately cut out everything because I still was, eating some Chick-fil-A. I just saw the sandwich up there. I'm like, oh, dang, I did not know it was that bad.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of things that I did wrong.
So think of it like this.
Uh-huh.
When you're pregnant, Tiff, I don't know if you heard Tiff, she mentioned it. When you're pregnant, you're actually, you know that store called Build-A-Bear? You heard that store? Where you're actually building a baby.
Yeah.
Cell by cell. Do you understand that? Cell by cell, right? And so think of this. If food is the foundation to achieve an optimal health, you remember when I said on the cell theory, 19 vitamins and minerals with 9 amino acids with the perfect protein to make a perfect cell, right? So where do we get the nutrients from? We said we get it from food. So that's why I say food is the foundation. Okay. Now, when you think of pregnancy, what does it take? It takes a sperm cell. That's what they call it. And it takes an egg cell. The cell, what makes up the cell? What's the foundation of the cell? Food. So if you're eating Chick-fil-A, you got some faulty eggs.
Yeah.
The man is eating, Chick-fil-A, and I'm just using Chick-fil-A as an example.
Right.
Got some faulty sperm cells. Do you hear me? So in essence, we're putting a faulty, like we're making a zygote, because that's when you merge the sperm and the egg. You got a zygote, right? Eventually turns into an embryo, right? But that's the fertilized egg, right? But it's faulty. It's like building a house with inferior material. It's not going to make it. Do you see? It's not going to make it. But once you have the sperm cell and you're giving it God's food, you got the egg, you're giving it God, now it's strong raw material, Now the sperm, the sperm getting, it's like, oh, it's strong. Now the sperm, where you at? It's looking for these eggs. Where you at there? Don't run for me now. And they go And they ask, oh my God, now I got you now. And we're gonna last 10 months, me and you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But when it's faulty, it's barely, it's like, Lord, I can't, child, I hope we can make it, okay? You see, I'm trying to give y'all a visual. Do you understand? That's what's happening. But when you got this God's food, boy, that sperm coming through, they say, where you at? Where you at? It's going upstream. Oh, I see you. Oh, I'm about to get you. It's gonna be me and you for 10 months, 40 weeks. We gonna make it. Do you hear me?
I do.
I'm trying to give that. This is what happens. So when people listen, I have at least 5 couples, y'all, who have come to me, multiple miscarriages. They say we need help. But guess what? They were also the high blood pressure, dealing with diabetes, obesity, all these things, just not well. They came to me. You know what I did? Change what they ate. Okay.
Yeah.
Cleared out their pantry. Okay, we changed what they ate. And all 5 of them got babies today. 5 couples, y'all. We just changed. To stop this alcohol, poured out all this alcohol. Went to their house, poured it out. Top shelf, look, just got rid of all of it. You don't need this. You want to build a baby? You change what you change. You got to change the raw material. Change the building blocks. I'm telling y'all, it's just that simple.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Be encouraged, sis.
Thank you.
Yep. Who else we got?
We got Pamela is up.
Come on, Pamela.
Hello.
How you doing, Pamela?
Coach Ro, I'm very, very happy and excited to be here. I've listened to you once before through one of your programs, but I'm more than excited to be back and a part of this particular program with the VIP group.
Yes.
It's a goal that I've been attempting to do for a very long time, and I have made some changes, and I feel really good about some of the changes that I have made. But I do have a question, and it is about how often or how should you frame your times throughout the day that you eat God's food, and is there such a thing to be concerned about portion size? Like we've been all educated or informed to always watch our portions, so on and so forth. Is that a concern when we're eating God's food? And I know we also talk about breakfast, lunch, dinner, at least those 3 courses. Is that something that we have to be concerned about when we're eating God's food, or can we just eat God's food?
Yep, great questions. All great questions. So I don't worry about portions, okay? My rule of thumb, I tell my people, eat when you're hungry. If you're not hungry, do not eat. Okay? That I may eat most days I eat 1 meal a day. At most I may eat just 2. I don't call it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're just meals to me. Meal number 1, meal number 2. Because when we think breakfast, we think pancakes and eggs. Well, that's what we think. But guess what? I can eat a salad at 9 a.m. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, I could do eggs. I could scramble some eggs and saute some bell peppers and onions and broccoli. Okay, I can do that. Spinach. Okay. So what I would recommend is not to start your day with sugar. Start it with protein and vegetables versus sugar. Okay. And so I'm sorry, go ahead.
Basically, I don't start with sugar at all. Lately it has been vegetables, and mostly vegetables.
Yeah.
And some meats.
Yep.
I have had some pork, but I talked to my husband about that today and let him know when he's cooking for me, no pork. The other day he cooked a fish with squash, onions, beef leaves, like spinach leaves, beech leaves, and broccoli. So I eat a lot of vegetables. I haven't gone quite to the raw side yet, but that's basically what my daily routine is. Eliminating some of the sugars. Of course, I've learned today I have not done that as well as I thought I had, because I'm a zero person too, and
Yeah.
so I'm caught up in that. But after today, or after this week, I will be eliminating that
Yeah.
from my diet. But sugar is something I pretty much stay away from, because it's basically been since April. I've been eating vegetable, fruits, doing the cabbage soup, and that's basically, and eat fish and chicken. And I don't really indulge in the other meats that much. And then I cut out carbs, soda, and dairy. But I understand from listening to you, I can have eggs. I had cut eggs completely out. I had cut cheese completely out.
You don't need
Yogurt.
the cheese. You know, that's dairy. You don't need the cheese. So I'm gonna just say this and just hear me, because what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm gonna say this, y'all, and just hear what I'm saying. Healthy eating doesn't promote disease. Okay, when you change what you put in your body changes. Okay, I want to also say this. When you give your body what it needs to thrive, it will, right? When you give your body what it needs, it will automatically release the weight. So if we're struggling to lose the weight, right? I promise you, because you're not eating the right things, okay? And so you can't say I've cut out sugar, because most times when y'all think sugar, you think white sugar, but we're taking in sugar and so many other things, right? So we have not cut out sugar. You've cut out some sugar, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't cut out sugar. So I got to fix these words, because you all think I'm doing it. And I'm like, you may be doing a measure of it, but it's still so much to do, which is why we don't have the results we desire, right? So I'm just trying to fix these words when you all speak, right? Like, it's still work to do. It's still much work to do, which is why we don't have the results. Now we're making progress. You've made progress, great, but it's still work to do. It's still work to do, which is why we're here.
Right.
Here. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there.
And that's exactly right. That is why I'm here, because I knew I could not do this alone.
Yep.
I had an idea of some things I could do, but not an understanding of what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And the past day or so, I have learned a lot, particularly about even meats, fish. Shocked by what I can't eat, which is what I eat all the time: the shrimp, the oysters, things like that. So I thank you very much for all of that. I'm not going to take up any more of your time, but my main question was how many times a day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or portion size. And if that's not a concern, then I'll just continue to eat like I eat and not call it breakfast, dinner, lunch, and I'll eat as much as I want of it. Thank you, Coach Rob.
You're welcome.
All right. Next up, Bissy.
Oh, whoa. Am I still on?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
I am Bissy.
Let me say this, y'all. Okay. This little ground rules. I need y'all to say what your name is and say my question is. Okay. I'm getting a lot of back information, and I got a lot of hands though that I won't get through tonight. I promise you. Right. So just give me what you got, Miss. I want to answer as many as I can.
Okay. My name is Bissy. Athens, Georgia. And my question is, for someone trying to lower the cholesterol, which oil is better for cooking? I've been alternating between avocado and olive oil. And sometimes based on research, you get good information on one and bad on the other, and it's not be consistent.
Yep, that's a great question. So you can't go wrong with avocado oil. And if you're cooking, I would choose avocado. I mean, olive oil is great too, but olive oil, if it gets above a certain temperature, it turns carcinogenic. Okay. you know, if it gets too hot. And so, but avocado oil has a higher smoke point, right? So you can't go wrong with that, right? But I use both. If I'm just lightly sauteing something, you know, whatever, I use, you know, olive oil. But if I'm, you know, something I know I maybe put in the oven or it may get a little higher, you know, so I use both. I have both in my pantry right now, avocado oil and olive oil.
All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a great question.
All right. Next up, Marlo Page.
Come on through, Marlo.
So we need to get into
mute. Okay. Oh,
Yep.
good evening, everyone. My name is Marla Page. I live in Southern Maryland, and I wanted to ask you about plant-based diet, well, plant-based foods. I noticed I was going to participate in a survey where they were going to see if a plant-based diet would reverse diabetes. I'm type 2 diabetic, but I noticed with some of the foods, it is so much sodium in them that sometimes my ankles would just swell up. So I just wanted to know what your opinion was on plant-based food.
What plant-based food are you eating that makes your ankles swell?
Sometimes I would try the they call it crumbles. It looks like taco meat, stuff like that.
These are lab created ingredients. See, those are lab experiments. So you need to eat God's food, right? You see, plant-based. See, this is the problem. People, they say I'm vegan. I'm like, yo, but you got to keep the veggie and vegan. You see? Okay, so plant-based means eat vegetables. Plant-based doesn't mean eat fake food. And most people eating fake food, which is why they're still sick. God's food heals the body. So you don't need to do no survey. I told you what you need to eat. I told you what my husband ate and all these thousands of other people. I'm telling you. I'm here. I'm telling you what you need to do. You don't need to do no survey. I gave you the answer. I told you I'm like Anita Baker. I'm giving you the answers I'm giving you the best I got. And you tell me you won't do a survey.
Well, you know what? It was actually a study, and fortunately,
I don't care. Study, survey. You are here. Your prayers have been answered.
You're absolutely right, and I thank you for the answers. Thank you so much. That was all I had.
Okay, very good.
Next up, we have Stacy.
Come on through, Stacy Browning.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so my name is Stacy Browning. I am from Reading, Pennsylvania. And my question is, and then I want to just share something with you. You mentioned something about organic butter. Where do you get that?
The grocery store?
I mean, like, does it actually, because when I go to the store, should it actually say organic butter? Yep. Okay, I got to go and look because everything else on the shelf is just got all kinds of crazy stuff in it. But I wanted to say thank you.
I'm sorry.
Because now I understand why. Every time I go into the supermarket, I was getting pissed off because I'm a label reader. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to eat? And Coach Rowe told me. I was so angry every time you go in the store because everywhere you look, sugar, salt is loaded with all kinds of stuff. And the health issues I have, I'm like, as in your case, my mother died. And it was either her heart was going to give out or her kidneys was going to give out, and she was eating all the wrong things, and she refused to change anything. Nope, I'm learning from that lesson. So I just wanted to say thank you because I now know why. I knew it was something wrong.
I'm gonna say this though. Listen to what you were saying, because everything you were saying has a label, which means it's processed. You see, when I go to the store, before I come out of produce, my basket is pretty much full. You see, but the bulk of my basket, I'm in produce. I'm in produce, and I go around, I get some meats or some fish or whatever. I may go around and get some Newman's dressing or whatever, peanut butter. I'm out. pick up some water. So if you all down these aisles reading labels, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's all processed food. And that's for all of y'all. Y'all in these aisles. Okay, as soon as you go down the aisle, the siren,
Yes.
like, get out of here. It ain't nothing for you here. You should have, okay, your pit stop. I spend the bulk of my time in produce. I'm telling y'all, this is the problem. And y'all, I'm eating healthy. No, you're not. You're eating lab-created ingredients. That's what you're eating. You're eating lab experiments. That's why you feel the way you feel.
Well, I thank you. Because I was talking with the nutritionist, and when she told me, why don't you try Ozempic? I knew I was going to participate in your group at some point. I said, I'll get back to you in a couple of months. I'm not going on no Ozempic. Thank you. I'm just thrilled. You answered so many questions for me, and I don't have to be mad anymore.
Praise God. Praise God.
All right. Next up, Doris Anderson.
Hi, it's Doris. I'm from LA. You know what? I just had a question. You may have answered it, and maybe I didn't hear it. What about stevia?
What about it?
As a sweetener?
Are you a sugar addict?
Sort of, yeah.
That would be no for you then. That would be no. Okay.
Okay. But then afterwards, after I cleanse everything out.
They want to know, boy. They want to know. God dog it. Stevia is an okay sweetener, you all. But if you're an addict, sugar ain't what you need. Do you hear me? Y'all came here because y'all say, you come here for a reason. Well, people not looking for Coach Ro. Y'all hear me? When I told y'all to rate yourself, there were no A's because the A's, they're not looking for Coach Ro. Okay, it's usually C's, the D's, and the F's. So if you got C's, D's, and F's, you got it for a reason. So we don't need to be, we don't need to be on sugar. Sugar is part of the problem. Okay. All right. So don't do that.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I already know the people, I said it, and y'all still, just think of that's how strong the addiction is. Cause I made a joke about it earlier, and you still felt the need to ask because you want the sugar. I'm telling you all. It's a reason why people like rice and bread and granola and yogurt and y'all see and smoothies. It's a reason why we like pineapple and bananas and grapes and what. It's a reason why. And Cece, I remember Cece in our podcast. She said, "I thought it was full of water." I said, "That ain't why the people want watermelon, Cece, because it's 90% water." Okay, I promise you that's not because it's sweet, right? Yeah. So you don't need it, not right now. And I'm not saying forever. I'm saying not right now. Let's heal the body.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Next up, Carmen.
Yes, you're there. We got you.
Okay.
Scroll down to the bottom.
Scroll down to the bottom.
See the Zoom button. Go across. Go down.
Go ahead, talk. We hear you, Carmen. I'm here.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have some computer challenges from time to time. Okay.
She can see.
She can see me, but I can't see. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I apologize.
Okay.
First, I'm a little shocked about the olive oil. Living in Spain, that is the oil of choice. I mean, we do everything with olive oil. I didn't know
good.
It was
it's good.
If it was, you froze.
I froze or you froze? Who's frozen? Because I feel like I'm still moving.
Yep. Yes. So Miss Carmen has frozen.
You have frozen.
Yeah. So what we'll do is you got it, Miss. Okay, there you go.
Okay. Miss Carmen.
Okay. Am I okay? Okay. Okay. My question is, I'm concerned about, I think I'm missing something. My joints in terms of, especially around the knees after sitting more than an hour or something, I experience stiffness, and then it's so like you get up, I'm in the shape of the chair, and then I start walking and everything's fine. But I go walking, gym, I will say my consistency is more on than off, and I just don't understand, experiencing the stiffness. I started with your program and the raw challenge, and it did well. I recognized after the week, though, you saying you don't have enough money in the bank to add anything, and so I went back to stick and raw. I have no problem with it. I even eliminated the deadly, 10 fruits. And I'm just kind of like, what am I missing? I worked out with you guys this morning and everything, and it's still a whole thing of, why is my joint so stiff? I mean, there's other concerns. Thank God, I don't have any major illness, but at the same time, I still deal with certain things that I'm not where I need to be. So I'm not claiming that at all. Coach.
Yeah, so I say again, it's not if it works, it's just a matter of when. So I don't have a timetable to tell people this will happen for you in a week, this will happen for you in 2 months, this will happen. I can just tell you this will happen. Okay.
Right.
What we must do is stay in the boat. What we must do is
stay consistent.
Continue to give your body what it needs. Okay. And so and drink your water as well. You getting your water.
Yes.
So
it's a lifestyle for me. Yeah, I'm committed. Like even once everything is what it needs to be, this is it. For me and my family, this is it.
Absolutely. Stay in the boat.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, y'all. Ashley, I got 801. Okay.
It is 801. I think we have time for one more.
One more. That's it.
Okay. All right. Alexa Hawkins, you are up.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll make this quick. My question has to do with filling out the pantry. Alexa Hawkins, I'm from Washington, D.C. Okay. And so when you were talking about clearing out the pantry, I ran into this. My question is, do you want us to consider additional salts more than just monosodium glutamate? Because when it came to my canned foods, I figured this is a weird thing that I don't understand. So on one can, and this is kidney beans, it says the only ingredients are prepared dark red kidney beans and water, which I thought, okay, that's great. But then on the other, and this is what I expected, there's prepared large lima beans, water, salt, calcium chloride, sodium metabisulfate, and calcium disodium.
Yeah, those are preservatives.
Pardon me?
Those are preservatives.
Is it also a salt? Is it the salt that's preserving?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that something you want us to to kick out, or is that something that's okay?
No, you don't know. Those are lab created ingredients, right? And so the other one that just had beans and what the other one have? Just beans and
water.
Yeah. That would be a healthier one. Now, how much sodium does it say is in that one in the nutrition facts?
5 milligrams.
5 milligrams. How much sodium is in the other one?
I think it's 470.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So clearly, that's not the one to have, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And that's 470 per serving. But how many servings are in that can?
Right. This is two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I promise you, people eating that whole can. Okay.
Right. So when we're going out through the pantry, anything that I forgot the word you just used, but
lab created. So listen, don't stress. It's not. Okay. Yeah, don't stress about this. So what I'm trying to get you to do is look in your pantry and see what you have. Okay, it's not an exact science. You're not gonna get every single thing, but you're gonna get an idea about. Okay, I got a lot of lab created ingredients in my pantry. Okay,
lab created. That's what it was.
Do a video and post it in the chat. Okay, this is not a it's not a pass or fail. It's just do it, y'all. It's not. You don't have to. I'm trying to get 100. No, just do it. Don't stress.
Yeah, I totally did not get the lab created ingredient part, but that helps very much. Thank you. That's all I needed.
Yep. All right, y'all. Okay, that's it. Lastly, listen, this was good. Okay, this was good. Tiff set it off with the mindset talk. Listen, this in the morning, y'all better be on that call in the morning, the Zoom. Everybody can be on the Zoom in the morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the West Coast, that's 5 a.m. for you. If you're Mountain Time, that's 6 a.m. for you. If you're Central, that's 7 a.m. for you. Okay. That's everybody can do that, but we're also going to stream it live in YouTube, so you can catch it on YouTube as well. So that's all I have. Ashley, you got anything?
That's it. Outside of sharing, outside of our community, make sure you're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, wherever it is that you're on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you guys are. Be sure to share your lessons for what you've been learning. So it's the hashtag is Road to Optimal Health 2025. Share that. Share everything that you're learning. And so thank you all.
Tag me.
And
Tag me.
tag,
Tag me,
yeah,
y'all.
and
Tag me. Tag me. You tag
yeah,
me.
tag.
I'll share it.
So Coach Ro will share it at Rochelle T. Parks .com. And so those of you on YouTube and on Zoom, if you all are waiting to get into the community, please note we've been checking all afternoon, and some of you all are already inside of the private community. Okay, some of you all are signing up twice or trying to get in with a different email. So please go ahead and engage with that email that you have signed up with. Okay, sounds good. Thank you all so much. We'll see you early in the morning at 7 a.m. to work out, hopefully. All right. If not, we'll see you guys at 8 o'clock.
VIPs, I see y'all in the morning for this workout. Okay, we're going to turn it up just a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, be ready. Let Phyllis say, don't do it. Don't